It is Thursday. Yes, Thursday. Thursday is the second T, the letter T in the week days. Then they start to go on social media. Do you think a country that is so bad, especially from the leadership, do you think you can go to that country and hold camera in your hand and start to camera capture or record if that brother was a bad place? The first time they went there, they called someone, please tell you we are there. We call Maggie, them Maggie, then talk to Maggie. Oh, give me a chance, man. But today they're going now. They are seeing the pleasure of it now. Their political leader went over there. He got beaten, he got flogged, he does everything in our country. Nobody can touch him. Now they're going down there. Look, may God curse those people. God will curse them with bad luck. They will never see good luck in our country. I'm not saying anything because I'm here to kind of vilify George. No. The reason I'm saying God should curse them is because the Bible tells us to be truthful to what we see. I'm speaking from the back of the Bible. I'm not speaking because oh, I'm trying to get favor from the government from George. No. When you see the right thing, learn to say the right thing. Now those fool that left from Delaware here, he go all the way to Buchanan. He go all the way to Buchanan. He can even go to River G. He can even go anywhere. Nobody going to touch him. That is the power that Mr. Weah got when it comes to respecting peace. People who insult that man. People who insult that man. All right? People who insult that man will always go to Liberia and have fun over there. And have fun. That's what they do. People who insult that man. People who insult that man will go over there and have fun. They will go to that country and have fun, folks. And then they will come back to the country here. Let me just stop here small and say good morning to my friend and brother, Aaron Zuo. I want you to take a look at that name because I'm ready to make a strong statement here in the form of comparison. All right? In the form of comparison. You see the brother called Aaron Zuo? We like people call him Aaron. Folks, I want you to respect this man. Not because of he being a Liberian, but because of what he does as a Liberian. I'm not here to compare anybody, but what I think I need to tell you guys about Aaron Zuo here is the character, is the spirit. The Frenchman would say, or the Italian man would say, the spirit that he brings in this country here. Aaron Zuo, as an entrepreneur, a businessman, the man had not called himself CEO, but I see him as a CEO. The man got his businesses across the, how do you call it, the New England area, extending all the way, very soon maybe coming to the DMV area. Whatever this guy does, we see it on Facebook. When you go to the small business association, is like somebody doing your social, your background check. Aaron Zuo Company is well known in the United States. The white man, the Japanese man, everybody know him. Everybody knows him. Because he's a very good guy with a very good character. Any Liberian who want to emulate someone who is in the business world, follow my man Aaron Zuo. Follow him. You can go on the man webpage. You can go to the Small Business Association, see Aaron Zuo business over there. That man, I can take off my shirt. No, I can take off my jacket first. I can take off my shirt. And I can take off my underwear. That is my shirt underwear. And give it to Aaron Zuo. Because he is a proud and symbolic representation of a true CEO. I remember when I went to Franklin, Massachusetts, he always used to watch my show. That was before COVID. And I believe that was in 2019. He and I spoke on the phone. He said, brother, I respect you. And I did the same thing back to him. And he said, I want you to follow me throughout. And throughout the time, I've been following Aaron Zuo. My point I'm trying to make here is, you got somebody you call CEO here. And you think that man's a CEO? Some of you guys are just fucked up. Some of you guys are fucked up. You're in America here. You're seeing the differences when it comes to CEO. Then you get ready. CEO. A man who sit down on his platform and just put all garbage into people's minds. And not for a second can even show you what makes him CEO in the country. And then you're good at your president. CEO. The only person that I can call CEO is Aaron Zuo. Go on Facebook and follow him. The Small Business Association in the country has honored that young man and his business. There are people who doing business with him, black, white, Hispanic, everybody doing business with him. That is what we call CEO. Not somebody who is an opportunist. Because most of you guys, or some of you guys who are the zombies of Spoon Network or Spoon Talk, I feel sorry for you guys. You're fucked up. You're fucked up. You don't evaluate nothing and you just get into it. You're fucked up. You're fucked up. You take your time all day and follow somebody that got no good example to show you guys. And you're going to just follow them there. You're fucked up. You're fucked up. I'll be honest with you guys. You're fucked up. Man, I will spoon at somebody that can't go say that I can't really listen to. I don't care what how you speak. But the context and the content of what he presents is what I'm concerned about. And he's very poor at that. Very poor. What is he doing in the country here? Sit down every day and just try to create confusion in the country. 1 minute he got, the guy behave like somebody who is a crook. And, he go out there and look for the highest bidder. Right now, he praising the ANC people now. So I see them with a good for nothing saying that over there. Oh, yeah, the man did. The man died. Trying to make Edwin Snow from out of Edwin Snow. Keep messing with Edwin Snow, my friend. Keep messing with Edwin Snow. You don't know Edwin Snow for true, Mr. Witherspoon. I wish you could go to Witherspoon Knocker and go knock on his grave. That when you will get to know Edwin Snow, who he is. Keep messing with him. You think because you on the foolish, good for nothing platform and the good for nothing Liberians who follow you that don't even have their own sense. Their sensitivity is so weak. You sit over there and think you better than Edwin Snow. You don't know who you messing with for true, my friend. You don't know who you messing with. Edwin Snow got the longest rope that can leave on earth and go to the sun. He will get you that rope. But when he ready to fuck with you again, you know what you do. But that time will come. Because he's very good at how to expose people. You don't know who he messing with again. That Musa Benedict can do that shit too. But not to Edwin Snow. He's cool. He's a cool dude. He know how to handle himself. Yes. He know how to handle himself. So keep on making noise and not discussing the issue. You think you can make Edwin Snow the subject. This is not Musa Benedict. You don't know about Edwin Snow. You really don't know about Edwin Snow, my friend. But let me say a big thank you to Edwin Snow. I don't get a damn about who Edwin Snow is. But I think what Mr. Snow tried to do for the people of bombing, God will bless him. God will bless him. You got that Joseph Keleku in a town over there that say he won't be president. But he's sitting down and not even opening one Coca-Cola shop for somebody to say, I got a job with Cummings. That the man you want to be president, Cummings will never be president in our country. Never be president in our country. The man is waiting. It's like when you watch the National Geographic. when the prowl of lion, they are attacking one of their prey. They rest just sitting down there watching. The man is sitting in that country. He's sitting in that country and seeing Liberians suffering. And someone like Edwin Snow trying to create job. And they come here, oh, the man doing this, the man doing this, the man doing this. Be good for nothing people. Good for nothing people. But I will say this to you guys, Sedition. You support your president and show to the other Liberians that we're trying to help to create independent mind. Let them stick with what they have. These bunch of greedy hunters. Have you seen hyena before? Have you seen hyena, how they travel together? These guys are a bunch of greedy, seeking individual, broke people. Broke people. Dr. Francine, the school semester has started in America here. This is the spring season of the school year. She says she's teaching, right? So what she doing in abroad over there? These are hustlers them. These are hustlers. Maybe she don't, or maybe her contract will not even renew with the college she's teaching at. This is the semester here. I drove 6 hours to drop my daughter off campus because the spring semester has started. Every day, oh, Dr. Francine, Dr. Francine. Dr. Francine, she's probably not an employed professor or whatever she is. She may be on a contract to contract. Now her contract is not renewed. We will tell the children are all hustling in our country. And they think that through coming to go get job, they will never get no job in our country there. Alright? They will never get no job in our country. Alright? They will never get no job in our country. Alright? Who the other one you're talking here? Leave America where you. Oh, you jag again? You finish your work again? Leave America where you. You supposed to end it. You scared? Leave America where you. My man speech, y'all waiting for you. You know, it's just the fake can't hold the line. Then you see the small thing where you working it. Go ahead and finish your statement right now. Go ahead and finish your statement. Oh God, you see how discipline can keep people in check? He wrote a statement, he thinks that, damn it, they can't put me on TV. Let me just check break right now. Check break. You fucked up. You fucked up, let me tell you right now. You fucked up. In fact, you can come to the TV room. The person that tell you, you are going in the TV room, let me tell you right now. Go in the TV room there and go have some fun time in that TV room. You are going in that TV room. I will put you in that TV room and say you can't chair president. Man, chair president. He said, leave your American wave, yo. End it now. I dare you to end it. I dare you to end it. I dare you to end it. Anyway, in the course of fun, the talking continue. Yes, in the talk of fun, the talking continue. We will keep you guys in check here. That not phone here. That not kind of network here. You better think before you talk on the JRND platform here, because you do it. We measure you. We measure you. It may say, let me go home my prayer. Leave your America. JRND. Oh no, not the other people. Not JRND. Not the other people. You try me here. We are disciplined in a place here. You see how now when people put discipline in place and make people to work, you see, you can't change people's behavior. But when you put in place laws, it will change people's behavior. Yes. When you put in place rules, it will change people's behavior. You see, he can go on other show and say all that crap. But when he can't hear your chair break, I won't get it. But anyway, let's get back to the topic here, all right? I just saw what he was writing over that journal he said. Thank you very much for being a person that can think. Yes. So somebody said, when you guys coming back to do some good for Liberia, Mr. Talking Blue. Mr. Talking Blue. The other guy they call Mohammed Kamara. Kamara, you are Kama. You are fucked up man, Kamara. You call yourself AKA Mohammed Kamara. Let me take the Mohammed because Mohammed people are good people. Your name Kamara mean Kama. Kama is a bitch. I set my ass down here and educating you because you are so ignorant that you don't even understand there is something called online learning. There is something called distant learning. Every shit that I've been talking here, you don't see nothing wrong with it. You wouldn't want me to get on the ground. The people that have been going on the ground, what have they done for you? You got a guy who stay in the country and stay in people's basement too, and do nothing here because you go to Liberia now, people are right now. That's why you doing to change your life. You fucked up. You are fucked up. You fucked up, Camara. You fucked up. You fucked up. The men that own Facebook ever went to Liberia to tell you that you use Facebook. You fucked up. You should be ashamed of yourself. Go tomorrow on the old road. They got somewhere they call Bapie there, or I know how to call it, Bapie or something there. They got one old Zion there. Go behind that Zion and go confess your sin. Because they were going to confess their sin over in Liberia. You fucked up. Alright? You fucked up. Go on the old road tomorrow and look for I know I call it Bapie or something. There's an old Zion there right close to the swan there. Go and ask somebody to forgive you. To ask somebody to forgive because you fucked up. You fucked up. You fucked up. Alright? So that come back here. You got this guy in our country over there. Those girls, they in our country, you see them walking around. Yes, they are walking in a country where freedom reigns all the time. Is everything better? No. But progress and progress and progress. The fact that people can stay in America here and criticize the government, especially we, all right, especially President Weah, and then they go to Liberia and they sit there and have fun, and they be smiling, they get it on Facebook and ridiculing the government, and they're right in our country, and nobody will come after them. That to me is a miracle. That to me is a miracle. But that is the power and that is the blessing that God continued to give to Mr. Weah. Hate him, like him. You seen people who criticize the president go to Liberia and live a better life. Better life mean? All right, my man, Robert, you got to go, Robert. Yeah, Robert, you got to go, all right? You got to go, Robert. You got to go, Robert. I told you guys we don't enforce feelings here. Some of y'all picture be emotionally disruptive. Yeah, we teach people, we try to de-emotionalize people here. They rebel till you kill a lot of people over there. We don't want the new generation to be killed. So when you come here with your feelings, we will put you in the TV room. All right? You see, when they grab people and put them in jail, it doesn't mean that they hate them. No, they put them there to think. So when you come here and come with your emotional expression, we will de-emotionalize you. Yes. Yes. We'll de-emotionalize you. All right? Man, Kamara, move on over there, man. I feel with you, man. Kamara, I feel with you, man. I feel with you, Kamara. You in the dust now. You are in the dust, Kamara. Why you say you are better than, you are better than me? All right, look at the thing where you say you are better than. Look at it, Megan even tell the difference between THAN and THEN. When you're using comparison with the alligator more open like this, and you know, when the alligator more open like this, they want me greater than, they want me less than. Then you're using THEN. You fucked up, my man. You fucked up, Camara. There's nothing you can do on the platform here. Let me tell my man, Francis though. My man, you are fucked up. I will tell you, you are fucked up. You are fucked up, Camara. You fucked up. I'm asking the Francis though now. You are fucked up, Camara. You are fucked up. You can't not even spell the difference between THAN and THEN. You fucked up. You fucked up, Camara. Don't just be talking on the platform here. Just come here and you are fucked up, man. You can look at the kind of good for nothing people then here. Look at the kind of guy. Where he coming from right now? Where he coming from? Where he coming from right now? He cannot even spell THEN, and he want to come here and can't compare himself with me. Look at me right now. Look at me right now. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me right now. You fucked up, Camara. That's what they call the President movement. That's it right there. The President movement. The guy cannot even spell THAN. THAN is then, greater than. All right? You see how you got fucked up in a country? You're fucked up, I tell you guys. The fucking just shut up and listen here. Just shut up. Just shut up and listen here. When you come with your feelings here, I will de-emotionalize your feelings here. Oh man, trust me. I've been in the game for a long time, bro. I've been in the game for a long time. We that grew up on 12th Street, we know how to handle people, oh man. You fucked up, camera. There's nothing you can do right now. That THEA you spell well, that what thing I mess you on that begin. All the guy be look at say, but look at the guy here. Call for Kamara. Make sure that Kamara does not spell the word. Don't tell him that Kamara, they think greater than they want yet. Don't let him spell it. Just let him say it. Don't let him spell it. Just go and say it. It has spelling test Kamara will fail. It has spelling test. You can bring the World Cup back and say, Kamara, yeah, Messi, yeah, he got the World Cup. Mbappe, yeah, is your opportunity to take that World Cup back from Messi. Put Kamara there, let Kamara go spell then. I'll just be shaking my head and saying, Mbappe, you're not going to get that World Cup. Because Kamara will come and spell you better than, he will say T-H-E-A. The whole project go, oh! You are a complete ballhole man. Let me tell you right now. You are a complete ballhole man. During our day in Liberia, we were growing up, our slang we used to use, when you mess up, we call you a ballhole man. You are a ballhole man, Kamara. A big ballhole man. You cannot even spell. You cannot even spell. You better take that thing and get to your children. Eh? I don't know where you live, outside of Liberia. If you do, or if you're in Liberia, find somebody who is well measured in their school or taught. All right? So he can help you. All right? Now you're getting emotional now. All right, Kamara, say you're getting emotional now. I'll let you go now, Kamara. All right. We finish with you now, Kamara. So you are banned from this patient now. Yes. All right, he's gone. Kamara is gone. We're not seeing you again. So let's get back to our topic here, right? So I'm hearing that Joseph Boyka has been in the hospital for a while. You see, folks, when I be telling you guys some of these things that the opposition, they are good for nothing people. When I told you guys in many podcasts that we should call on the public officials, especially those that want to be president in our country, to provide their public record to us, from their vision plan to their political party statement of purpose for the country, their priority area, and for the most part, to provide their health, to determine their functional and well-being to carry out a job. When I say that thing, people come to insult me all the time. If you want to be a public servant, you have declared that everything of yours will be an opportunity for the public to see and hear. Joseph Boyka, from what I'm hearing, has been admitted at the EAW hospital. They're keeping everything in secret. No, it shouldn't be kept in secret. Right now, if Joseph Biden fall down and go to the hospital in America here, they will announce it on the public radio. There are Liberians who sit in the country here and criticize George Weah. They are doing the criticism because they understand what America's democratic system has taught them, and that is why they're teaching the people back then. But when it comes to certain things that they're supposed to also teach the people, they tend to hide it. Joseph Boyka is not well. And Joseph Boyka, his publicists need to come and tell why he went to that hospital. If Joseph Boyka come up today and say, I don't want to do anything with election business in the country, I will not ask Joseph Boyka for any medical report, because he will be removing himself from the public and he will be coming back to being a private citizen. That means I got nothing to say. But as long as Joseph Boyka want to be president in our country, his health record, his health information got to be brought to the public for us to see. So Joseph Boyka, you better make sure you provide that record, because we're not going to buy. Like I said, Joseph Boyka is a liability. Many times I said it here. Joseph Boyka is a medical liability. He cannot be anything in our country. I said it time and time immemorial. Go to all my podcasts there and streamline them. I said that Joseph Boyka is not healthy enough to be president in our country. The man is not president yet. He ain't not thinking, no, he not. Yeah, he over there now. He going to the hospital. I don't know what happened to him. But what I do know, that I'm hearing allegedly that Joseph Boyka is has been say anything else. That's how they want to lead this country here. When you close your eye, you go to bed. Joseph Boyka will get sick. They will put Joseph Boyka on the plane and carry Joseph Boyka to another country. Then they'll good for nothing people that the other men said, who will come put a sleeping man in power here so that they can be looting and stealing the country. You see, God is really in control of that country's future. That is why He bringing everything to life before your bar peak in the bed. Joseph Boyka, I said it over and over that the old man is not well. The people keep pushing that old man now. Now he gone to the hospital now. A man, according to what you guys see, it has stroke he suffer from. That thing has to, that thing will affect him more. We cannot keep pushing the people there. Joseph Boyka need to be a proud example of establishing the opportunity for older people to retire and live their life. But these guys, Joseph Boyka don't know when to stop and where to stop. He doesn't know when to stop and where to stop. Now in the hospital now, they all passing around. So Jolie need to go to that hospital there and go and ask what is happening here. All right? Gentlemen, we're not here to info feeding here. Jim Zizi, sorry for you, my friend. The way you can insult your mind, your mother and your parents, I mean, your daddy will not keep you here. All right? We'll put you in somewhere they call the TV room. So you go in the TV room now. Yes. We'll not be bending you guys here. But you're going to the TV room. So Jim go in the TV room. So you see, Joseph Boyka is a very sick old man. The old man is sick. Do not underestimate that. Look, folks, let me tell you this here. Every one of you guys are living in this country, including myself. Why you think we all go for medical checkup? We go for medical checkup because there are things happening in our body that must be determined and begin to treat it as well. I see somebody come and say, old man Boyka's son. Yes. So when I see old man Boyka, I see the usual parties. Maybe somebody acting fake or somebody trying. But if you belong to Joseph Boyka camp, you listen to me right now. I want to hear from Joseph Boyka, explaining to Joseph Boyka, did he suffer any stroke? Why Joseph Boyka is in the hospital? Because if you guys think that Joseph Boyka can be a better president, this is time that he holds the people of Liberia about his state, his mental, his physical, and his overall health. We want to know who Joseph Boyka is because we're not going to take any sleeping old man and put him somewhere in the hospital. Can you imagine if Joseph Boyka were president today, folks? And I meant in the hospital over there. You imagine what will happen in that country? From Monday to Friday, nothing will be done in that country. I told you guys, 5 years. The man sat down in the home for years and did nothing. Absolutely nothing. Nothing Joseph Boyka did. You never saw Joseph Boyka walking. You never saw Joseph Boyka actively engaging the people out there. He was homebound. He was very great. Now, the heavier kinetic energy in him has kept him away. They carry him over there. Just see the old man all the time he come in the public. His face can tell you that he's not looking healthy. His face can tell you that something is wrong. But still, they will buy all the Johnson baby oil. They will buy all the Olu oil and sell it to him and say, rub it on your face. They buy glasses and say, you're looking good. A listed pig is always going to be a listed pig. Joseph Boyka can put all the clothes on. I don't give a damn. Joseph Boyka is sick. He is sick. He is sick. That's who Joseph Boyka is. Yeah, he's sick. All right? He says, Cecil Logan, your Uber is jealous. All right? Cecil Logan, your Uber is jealous. I know you're right, Cecil Logan. I'm not going to make you look good. Cecil Logan jealous. Yeah. Cecil Logan is jealous. Yes. She's jealous. Cecil Logan is jealous. You know when a woman jealous, they can get mad with people. But we understand Cecil Logan. We all inside. In the cause of the people who are jealous, the struggle continue. Yes. Cecil Logan is jealous. Yes. But that one, she know where that jealousy coming from. But we talk only yeah. So this old man is sick. We cannot keep any old man around. Joseph Boyka is sick. I am calling on all Liberians. You need to start beating the drum of inquiry. And that inquiry should be, we need to know what is happening to Joseph Boyka. The same thing never told us until he came to America here, he died, he carried his body back. No, that should not be the way. That should not be the way. When Senator John McCain got his cancer here, it was announced. Everybody in the country, when they celebrity, when they are in the eyes of the public and something happens, they can let the public know that they got something. If you are a private citizen, I don't care, because that's your private thing. But if you are in the eyes of the public, we demand to know. We demand to know. We demand to know. There are many public officials in this country that have gotten sick, and they tell people who they are, even actors, all right, even new broadcaster, they will tell you. So then why you're hiding what happened to Joseph? Now you have to run Liberia in secret. Everything about Joseph Boyka must be new. So I'm calling on Joseph Boyka publicists. I am calling on Joseph Boyka publicists, right, to inform the Liberian people about the well-being of Joseph Boyka. About the well-being of Joseph Boyka, president. We want to know whether he's fit to be president of that country. Why? You see, General Buhari of Nigeria, the president of Nigeria, the United Kingdom, and spent 9 months after he became president for a year or so. 9 months in the United Kingdom. And who he expected to run that country? And that is why we be president in that country, including how they call it. All right, there you go. Somebody said recently, Senator Buck Casey of Pennsylvania told the public about his illness. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Because he owed that to the people. Evangelist Zizi, thank you very much. And it is from where I'm coming from. It is not like, oh, I just want to be a guy who don't understand Joseph Boyka condition. No. When you are a public servant, the people need to know your overall well-being. That's what they always say. Political Science 101. In politics, they always say to you, make sure you reach out to your family and ask your family whether they are willing and ready for you to join that thing. Figure, because everything lies in there. Somebody said you was born to support President Weah. Who told you say I'm supporting President Weah? Yeah, some of you guys are just fucked up, my man. Yeah, I think most of you guys were born in the darkness. Yeah, Jody was. Most of you guys were born in the darkness. You see, for the Liberian, many Liberians today, they don't understand what it means to look at a system and try to create check and balance. The simple way to put it, they want to watch a football match, but they don't want referee in the things. The next thing they tell you, say, oh, you join we are men. When you ask Joseph Boyka for a medical record, you join we are men. When you ask coming for a medical, when you ask Boyka for a medical record, you join we are men. They just keep going. These guys are fucked up. These guys are fucked up here. They don't understand that people need to criticize. You guys are fucked up. You guys are living among people. You guys are living among. In America, yeah, people will come and express their dissatisfaction over things. Does that mean that they are Republican if they're describing the Democrat? Does that mean that they are Democrat if they're criticizing the Republican? No. But most of the guys, look, that's why you see today the damage that's they have to take an academic damage that guy is doing to that country. It will take between 20 to 25 years to fix that problem. Because when you come on the platform to come and say XYZ, it means that you are for the party or not. Somebody say, yeah, all right, you are on record or insulting President. We are, of course. You tell, say, Sorry, Mr. Weah is a crime. Joe D. Wilson, to install Mr. Weah is a crime. Show me the Constitution and tell me that if I install Mr. Weah, it's a crime. If Mr. Weah wanna perform, I will tell Mr. Weah wanna perform. When Mr. Weah play for PSD, he play for AC Milan. He called for what other thing and say about that cannot be the say, you know what? I am wrong and I can be wrong. Then I feel sorry for Mr. Weah. All right? You tell our council and tell you I know it's all Mr. Weah. Yes, I did. Because I wanted Mr. Weah to do the right thing in the country. And so, yeah, that's why you don't understand about me. That's why you don't understand about me. You think my video they out there? My video are out there insulting George Weah. And I stand by what I said at that time. And I will stand by what I said that Mr. Weah is not improving. You think I'm going to have from you guys? You're wasting your time. I am the first child that God brought to life. That will always stand, all right, for the truth. All right? That will always stand for the truth. The man say, oh no, you know the contact. No. Here's the thing here. I'm not like Costa because when I campaigned for George Weah, I said if Mr. Weah doesn't do the right thing, I will come back here and Mr. I am on audio and I am live telling you. But because you don't want to accept that, you will go in the TV room because you don't follow me. Because I'm going after Joseph Boca. You will not be making a statement to draw comparison because you will say, you know what? Randy said if Mr. Weah doesn't do the right thing, he will come here and criticize Mr. Weah. So you see, you get yourself so in the TV room. Mr. Spear, another poll listener is coming your way. Let's put him in there. Yes, he's gone. Yes. He's gone. That's what it is. That's what it is. I will never stay away from criticizing George Weah. It is my constitutional responsibility. Whatever I said then, I stand by it today. And do the right thing. I took 2.5 years and criticized Mr. Weah. Go on my page. The criticism still remain there because I wanted him to do the best. Now I'm coming by now, looking at what he's doing now, I'm pressing it now, then you want to go back to the old ways. That's why you will never see the presidency. Joe Boca is unfinished small money now. Joseph Boca can now start now. He can't go now. Yeah. He fucked up. He fucked up because some of you guys are so dishonest. You don't see the wrong your political leader will do. You only want to fool him because you want power. And that's why God will punish you. Joseph Boca right now is in the car. That is the manual way. Go in and play over there. Let it be now. Joseph Boca, he said your old car now the car fucked up. Joseph Boca car fucked up. He lied on everything. Now he how long he been in the hospital now? Over what? 2 weeks now? The car can start. You will be on that until the election will be over. Let me tell you right now. You're fucked up. You have the truth from the beginning. The car park the car now. The car on the highway now break down. They ain't got no triple A. The insurance ain't got no. Yeah. The call coming for you, Joseph Boca. The call is coming for you. The reason you don't want to tell the people the truth, you will feel it, Joseph Boca. Joseph Boca car is in the garage now. When Mama, you can't try. Maybe your hand got locked. But you fucked up. Y'all fucked up. Y'all fucked up. Yes, that car fucked up. The man, you see, when you lie, one day God will catch up with you. The man said he was an old car. Now the old car gave up now. He doesn't want to come by here now and talk about the old car. You guys are fucked up. You lie to that old man too much. Until you'll be very honest. You'll be very honest with your leader. You see, for me, I'm a very straight shooter. I criticize George Weah, and as today I stand here and criticize George Weah. But today, after 2.5 years of criticizing George Weah, after 2.5 years of criticizing George Weah, I'm now seeing everything that I criticized, trying to fix the problem now. So what good will it do for me if I continue to criticize the president? And rather than praising the things that he's doing. See that they sit in America here and lie to the Liberian people. But today they in Liberia over there, smiling around. What kind of country that you'll be in? And you just see yourself. The party that someone got forfeit, you know, somebody forfeit that got teeth. Somebody just said, but when people just smile at that forfeit together, no. All right? They don't have forfeits on their faces. Somebody say, you are from the southeast. We know you're better. My man, that your trouble thing you bring here, you are from the southeast here. And my parents came from River G. I don't have that thing. All right? So when you bring your trouble, listen to here, I will block you here. So send you from the southeast. You tell me I'm from the southeast. You from the TV room. So go to the TV room. Let's go to the TV room. Say you want to be a man. Who want to be a Geneva room. Say you want to come be talking about people. Somebody from David. You are from the TV room. You go right back to the TV room. You go to the TV room. You don't know David anymore. True. You bring anything here. You myself. Is that? You better watch your tongue. He here from the TV room. Say he's a favorite geographic. He can't do the one. Yeah, man. If I'm talking about that, even we got put from the TV room, so you might go to the TV room now. Speed, I pack it in there. But you see, Joseph Boga people need to be very honest here, right? They need to tell the people, they need to be honest. We are saying anything over and over that Joseph Boga need to tell us about his physical and his functional capacity as someone who wants to become president. The old man is sick. Nothing has caught up with him now. I pray that he come out of this thing. But I think he needs to tell the Liberian people that old car that cannot start right now. The car cannot start. So they took the car to the hospital. To start the car. Yeah. Let me tell you one thing about human being body. Our body is almost like a car. If your heart cannot beat, the people come and give you that resuscitation to restart the heart. I don't know. But what we do know is Joseph Boga got pacemaker in him. Did that pacemaker give her? We need to know. We need to know. And you start hiding nothing around here. You start hiding nothing around here. You saw what they did to Child Walker Bronsky. They had Child Walker Bronsky situation. They can live that. Anyone who wants to be president will use all the rules that surround the prerequisite of wanting to be a president. I see the lady they called Dr. Francine sitting on the show yesterday. Somebody sent me the video because I'm interested in listening to Sandro Johnson. That man can lie. Every time Sandro Johnson lie, he turn black. You don't see it? Go watch tell lie. You're getting darker and darker and darker. Until you can see. And that guy keeping that you can bring the pressure leg and show you. One day the brother will just boop. Because the guy will get so dark that the leg can go through. Sandro Johnson, that man can lie. The man sound all the nasty D. Then yesterday I saw the guy they called with his. Listen to him. That guy is a complete disgrace. So yeah, how you trying to spin things, right? You know, yeah, the people are bumming. I did this to y'all, and you know. You should see Sotoma was this, and you know, Delon did not sign the deal, Pocha did not sign the deal, and the other guy was out of the country. I said, look at the fool here. You trying to spin something to the good for nothing people. Anyway, I don't blame them. You are talking to your zombies, and your zombie will listen to you. Why you are trying to insinuate over there, or why you are trying to say that, oh, Dara Dillon is good, Bocha is good, and the other rest, and those were all opposition people. You see, Mr. Witherspoon goal is he thinks he can bring the other big guys in Bomi County down, but he playing with the wrong people. He won that battle. He will get that very soon. He will get that battle. I can guarantee you guys. Edwin Snow is the Al Capone, political Al Capone of Liberia. You mess with Edwin Snow, you will get a horn. They say you mess with the bull, you will get the horn. Let him keep pushing his luck against Edwin Snow. When Snow finish with that guy, he will not want to come on Facebook again. I trust Edwin Snow. Trust me. Let him keep messing with Snow. Snow will not talk. Snow will, I don't get a year will go. Maybe next year will go. But Snow got one day, either in the year or next year, public ridicule. It will be so uniquely done that you will not believe it. But he thinks that he can play on the Liberian people's mind. When Dr. Francine is sitting down over there and they cannot even ask them why commies don't want to create jobs. Why commies don't want to create jobs? That the man who say he want to be president, when he look at the Liberian people suffering every day, and then when you go asking, they say the man not president yet, so he cannot create jobs. Really? Really? The man see the suffering. He identifies suffering according to him, and he called himself CEO. Coming will not know damn CEO in the country yet. All right? Or as not CEO, but executive vice president. Coming will not know executive vice president. Because nothing Cummings learned from America here. Nothing. Nothing. Nothing Cummings learned from America here. Joanna, don't even worry about Eugene Fagon. Like I told me every yesterday, don't worry about Eugene. Is the symbolic representation of a failed individual. When last have you seen Eugene Fagon in the country telling you what he does for a living? So you might not waste your time behind. Eugene Fagon has failed in life. He failed by showing his face all the time on Facebook. We gave him the opportunity for someone to give him a job. My man K. Hassan in the house. K. Hassan. I met my man K. Hassan in DC when we want to go meet with the president there. I met my man K. Hassan. K. Hassan, you welcome on the show. We got a lot of video of you. But I dealing with your boss man over there. I know that man, I'm your boss, maybe like your business partner. All right? Eugene Fagon is nobody to be taken serious, folks. Nobody should take Eugene Fagon serious. The man is a failure. The man, what did that man say, Jeremy? You don't think that the old guy, I beg you, Policy Davis, let me finish my show. Let me finish my show. Don't make me to swap the screen. I want to keep this screen here because I want to be watching here. So I beg you guys. We'll soon be out of here. We'll soon be out of here, folks. We'll soon be out of here. I don't want to lie here. Let me just finish my thought. Eugene Fagon, sedition, and Liberian at large, do not even take a nanosecond of your life to listen to Eugene Fagon. Eugene Fagon was given the great opportunity where he sat in an African store with no experience, and Mr. Weah called him and made him to be a deputy minister. A deputy minister. And the man could not even perform on that job. Eugene Fagon was fired because of poor performance. That's why he was fired. But you see, what I understood, Mr. Weah did not want to embarrass Eugene Fagon by publicly putting it out there that he was fired for poor performance. And you see the reality about Eugene Fagon. That's why today Eugene Fagon cannot find a better job in this country. Because the man got no skill. The man got no skill to find a job in this country. He is not like John Molu. He is not like Sebastian Moore. He's not like Anthony Sayed. He got no experience, folks. That is why he's not running beyond spoon, because he think that crook, he got more coverage in the country, which is, when it comes to media fairness and being non-biased, they are giving him more opportunity. Eugene Fagon is a rejected stone. And he also a failure in himself. Who Eugene Fagon is? What is about Eugene Fagon? The man is a failure. Look why he's talking on the radio over there now. When you get on the social media. What is he talking? Nothing that makes sense. The man cannot even tell you when he was in that role. What did he actually vision for that role? And why it did not go through. Nothing Eugene Fagon can tell you. And do you think the opposition will really regard Eugene Fagon? Eugene Fagon don't understand what he's going through. The man is mentally confused right now. When Eugene Fagon happiness only come when he said on Facebook. Right now, the way they plan on that, he probably sleeping right now to stay away from his failures. To stay away from his failures. Any responsible person, professional person, or the government say, you know what, thanks but no thanks. We appreciate the time you serve us here, but we're going to part ways. It only take 1 or 2 months for them to come here and get a job. But what do you expect of Eugene Fagon? The man went and got a degree and never worked in his life. The last job Eugene Fagon did was a car salesman. And right now at that time, Eugene Fagon cannot go back to that car lot to convince himself that he can even talk to himself to get that job again. A man who worked in Johnson City or Johnson Town, whatever it is, as a car salesman. And after that, whatever happened, he left that job and sat down in an African store and got very lucky to help make Mr. President. We are president. Canada, we are president. And Mr. Weah said, you know what? Thank you for the great job you did. Come and serve your country. That opportunity was given to Eugene Fagon. And for Eugene Fagon to prove himself, nothing Eugene Fagon brought to the table. Nothing. Then he want to come here and want to justify Edwin Snow saving. Remember the time where he stood before Edwin Snow and started insulting Edwin Snow? Mr. Snow saving that time because Mr. Weah was ready to fire him right after that activities. But the story is being told that Mr. Snow went to Mr. Weah and said, Mr. Weah, please don't fire this guy. That guy in America, he got nothing for himself. And Mr. Snow was right. You're Eugene Fagon. Mr. Snow told Mr. Weah, don't fire this man. Folks, I got people inside the government that gave me this story. But I only hold them until the appropriate time comes. Eugene Fagon was going to get fired that very day. Edwin Snow ran there and saved him. And he was told that with all Edwin Snow, the man you were insulting while you were intoxicated, you are going to be fired. You are going to be fired. That's what the man told him. And said, go and do no more. But every time Eugene Nambwe asked Mr. Fagon, what are you doing in a position here? That's where the Huda Baru started from. Eugene Nambwe been around in administration for a very long time. He worked ministers. When Eugene Fagon started asking Eugene Nambwe started asking Eugene Fagon, what is your standard of work? You see, folks, your standard of work is something that you schedule every day. What you will do on a single day from 8 a.m. to 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock until the day end. Eugene Fagon was asked by his boss, Mr. Eugene Nambwe, provide me your standard of work for the day and the week. Do you know that Eugene Fagon did not even understand what Eugene Nambwe was asking him? He did not understand nothing. Folks, these are hardcore evidence I'm giving you. A day you get it in the morning, they're asking you, when you get in the morning, what are you supposed to do? First thing you get up, maybe you go and have your aquatic abortion in the bathroom, like you're going to go pee-pee, and then you do your hygiene, and you get ready to wear and come to work and stuff like that. Those are the standard work that you do, or chore that you do in your own house. Eugene Fagon was asked by Eugene Nambwe, where is your standard of work? The man could not even present it. He could not even present it. And Eugene Nambwe said, you came from America and you don't know what standard of work is in the room? It's not just about talking here and there. You got to play in this role. And fellow Liberian, Eugene Fagon could not even provide a standard of work on a spreadsheet to say Monday from 8 a.m. to 9 o'clock, this is what I will be doing. From 9 to 10, this is what I will be doing. And then you can do it through other way. That is the standard of work. That tells you that even your boss will know what you'll be doing at certain hour of the day. The man could not even write that thing. That was the greater humiliation and surprise that Eugene Nambwe saw from Eugene Fagon. The man is a failure. I had to do this to my man Eugene. But when I see him going around and saying this thing, it hurts me. And all the things were brought to the attention of Mr. Weir. And Mr. Weir started the man, you give the man a chance. You gave him a chance. Mr. Weir was more there for Eugene Fagon than people that wanted him to get fired. But today he coming back here and talking bull crap. My fellow Liberians, you don't have to be a sedition. You don't have to be belonging to any political party to understand and know today that Eugene Fagon is a failure. The man have failed in life. Time is passing by him. This is a new year. He's going to celebrate a birthday. There's nothing he got in the country in terms of investment. Eugene Fagon cannot even receive a bank statement to say this is how much you have. A paycheck. Because he does not have the professional career. He does not have what it takes to transform himself. Not that the opportunities are not here. They are here. But because, number one, he feels so proud. And his proudness means nothing because he doesn't have no professional skill. Where can Eugene Fagon point at in America here that he ever worked? Let Eugene Fagon show you his resume so that you can verify it. I'm speaking reality here about Eugene Fagon. The man is a failure, people. The man is a failure. Let Eugene Fagon show you his resume where he worked in this country. And how long he been there. What role did he play? This man is a failure. I mean, Joanna, I don't mean to go high on this guy, but I just want you to understand, I just want Melvin to understand that whatever he's saying out there, the man is a failure. This morning, Eugene Fagon will get up and nothing he will show you. Nothing he will show you. The man cannot even be hired by an Indian guy in the town to be a store clerk. Because they had to teach him how to operate that machine. That's how good Eugene Fagon, good for nothing he is. So he found pleasure in releasing those frustrations. When he sat down on Spoon and trying to go after Eddie Snow, the man got $1 million home in Gambia. He where is this? Do you think a Eugene Fagon got anything to do? He can't be talking about Eddie Snow and Sting. Eddie Snow was the one who introduced Eugene Fagon. Eugene Fagon should have been very, very close to Eddie Snow. Somebody that saved your job. And then you turn it around. You think Spoon going to carry him anywhere? The people just using, the people already know. Where can Mr. Alexander Cummings pull Eugene Fagon? Where can Mr. Alexander Cummings pull Eugene Fagon? Cummings that I interacted with, I know Cummings mindset. You got to not only be educated, but you got to be a well-professional person to interact with Mr. Cummings. Mr. Cummings got nowhere to put Eugene Fagon. Nowhere. Nowhere. The man in the country here, my people, he got the opportunity to travel to Liberia and come back. But what has he done? Absolutely nothing Eugene Fagon has done in this country here. You got Liberians that left that country. Some of you guys went to that country to try your luck. Even my man D-Flow went over there, he get nothing. My man Vanisagi went over there, he get nothing. Those guys are working here because the late cartoon, the late thing the day they came back, they got experience. The people call them back to their work. They're working. But Eugene Fagon, he came back. The man left from here. You saw the man. He was in the African store. You didn't see Eugene Fagon say, oh, I had to leave work. Eugene Fagon in the African store. But today, Eugene Fagon is back. And even the African store, people, they're refusing to take it because he even got experience. The African store refusing to take Eugene Fagon back to even work in the store. And he doesn't even have the money. He doesn't even have the money to open his own African store. Then are the men that y'all go be listening to on Spoon. You guys are better than this, man. You guys are better than this. You guys are better than this. Eugene Fagon is a failure. You can bring somebody from Liberia right now. There are more serious people in our country. I bet you folks, you bring some guys from Liberia here, give them 3 to 1 year. They will be better than Eugene Fagon in this country here. They will be better than Eugene Fagon. Because many Liberians back home, their minds are fixed on what they want to achieve. Eugene Fagon are among the people who came here and never knew what they wanted for themselves. And thank God for Facebook. When you ever hear the word serious Liberian in America, on serious Liberian in America, a Eugene Fagon is not listed on your first 3 lists. Your first 3 lists. Then Eugene Fagon, then you don't know how to draw a list on serious people. Eugene Fagon is nothing. He's nothing. He's nothing. Eugene Fagon is nothing. A man who came from Liberia cannot even find a job. He cannot even tell you what he was trying to do that other his boss did not accept. The man could not even come up with his standard of work. A standard of work. A standard of work. He cannot even come up with a standard. Eugene Fagon asked the man, what is your standard of work on a daily basis? Eugene Fagon could not even provide that. Then that the man you won't go listen to. Then that the man you won't go listen to. That the man you won't go listen to. The man is a failure. You are looking at a guy who has failed himself in life. He's not getting younger. He's getting old every day. And young people are coming into the workforce. He's not technology savvy. He got no skills. All Eugene skill is just in your mouth. Eugene skill is a mouth. He talk all the time. Eugene skill is just in your mouth, folks. That's it. That's it, folks. Don't waste your time behind him. The only skill Eugene Fagon has is his mouth. And do you know what your mouth can do for you? It talk a lot. It bring about things that you cannot even do with your physical hands. He's getting old. The older you get, you stand in the society. I told you guys, at the age of 18, you should be out of high school. 22, get your first degree. 25, start your first job. 30, start having your family. 40, you become a professional person. 50, you're trying to look for other areas now and start to be a mentor to young people. By 65, you start to do the right thing. All right? By 65, you start to do the right thing. By 65, you start to do the right thing. President, we are offer him a job and he born baby there. I'm not going to go personal with him or Swain. I'm not going to be personal with him. I'm just here to tell you about who he is. I'm focusing on Eugene Fagon's inability to transform himself. That's all I want you guys to understand. His inability to transform himself. The man has a resume of an ex-deputy minister, but what can he do about that, GT? The man failed on the job. He got fired on the job. So that ex-deputy minister means nothing. He did not deliver. He failed. And if he put that over there, it will just show to people that he failed because they will have to follow up. What did he do? That would be the last thing that he even want to put on his resume. A place that you got fired for poor performance, you want to put on your resume? I mean, you can put it there. But people already know. This guy is a failure, folks. So don't waste your time behind Eugene Fagon. Do not. You're focused on something. Like I told you guys, you're focused on what the president continued to improve in the country, the deliverable. Eugene Fagon was part of that government. He came to that government as a liability. You see, in life, whatever you become part of, there are two questions you should ask yourself. Am I going to be a liability or am I going to be an asset? Eugene Fagon was a total liability. And that the same liability that Joseph Boca is trying to bring on the Liberian people. But thank God he cannot start. But so that Joseph Boca issue there is something that they need to look into. And you know, they need to carry him out to, and I don't know whether they got pet balls in Liberia or they got or NLD or I know what kind of car he driving, under Lexus or I know that Toyota, I know, but they need to carry him to a real car dealer mechanic shop because that car fucked up right now. That car fucked up. But just to conclude here today, folks, do not waste your time behind Eugene Fagon. Many of you guys are here who have gone to Liberia and make some type of difference or differences in the life of other people. Eugene Fagon was not able to do that. Eugene Fagon was not able to do that. So he came back here. He came here and never even told you guys what he was trying to do in a role so that you can get to see what he was trying to do that caused him to get released of that position. Have you ever heard him telling you what was his vision for that role? No, he never did. But all you hear him saying, just go and picking things that he think will light up. It's like someone get a dry match, get a matches stick or matches box and just striking the match and putting it on the ground boot to see which one will light up. Eugene Une's career, Eugene Une's skills is his mouth. There's nothing Eugene got up here to deliver. There's nothing Eugene got up here to deliver. Professionally speaking, he doesn't fit in the society here to carry on any job. A deputy minister or a former deputy minister come in the country here. Look at John Muller. There are many examples that I can give you, and you yourself can give you many examples of Liberians who went back over there and came back here and learned themselves a job to keep moving because they got the skills. Aside from the education, they got the skill, they got the experience. But Eugene Fagon doesn't have none of those things. So don't waste your time. The guy is a sole loser. He's a disaster. He is a failure. There's nothing from Eugene Fagon. So don't be distracted by what he's saying. Focus on what you see in a country that has improvement. For me, when I see Dr. Francine, I see, how they call the other lady, I know Gibson, and I see Yasin in the in Liberia smiling. I see peace. I see happiness in them. And who get the credit? The government of Liberia. Whether it is the police, the army, the people of Liberia that welcoming them, the president, or I see them smiling in our country. Because I know to live in an administration where you could not smile, where you could not even show yourself on camera or go on radio. I saw that administration. I saw it. I saw it. So when I see people that are saying that, how they call it, there's no peace in the country. But yet they say they're buying their ticket. They're getting on a plane. They're landing there. They're driving through RIA. And they get to Monrovia and live good life. Some of them buy 2 they put on their set, they came by here, they watch the people, or they go by again, they go by the plane, they now they in become they enjoying. What more can you say about the country being peaceful? We may not have everything in our country, but the fact that other people can go and come back, that is a miracle. That is a miracle. And you, the Liberian people, deserve that big thank you for disproving the people that bring about the lies that they can leave from here and go to the country and live a peaceful life and come back. So until then, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to say a big thank you to every one of you guys. J. Randy is out. Usually on Wednesday and Thursday, I don't run my show in the evening. But hopefully by God's grace, tomorrow we will be here and hear what we're going to see tomorrow. we are going to discuss Mr. Alexander Cummings on Friday. You don't want to miss that. And then we are also going to discuss, all right, we are also going to discuss, how do you call it, the EPA as well. Yeah, we'll be discussing the EPA. There are some people in the government of Georgia that are not doing well. We have to identify their errors and we have to bring it in a constructive way. All right. So Dwalu Thomas say here, this internet age, how can you explain all those unsolved murder? My brother, when people die in other country and you cannot solve the murder, it either become a cold case or, so I'm answering the question from Dwalu Thomas, right? He's talking about in the internet age, how can you explain all those unsolved murders? At least you put S to your murder for a car. When you say all those, then you leave in the S or that. I mean, I want to talk about one murder now. So who the one person that got murdered here right now? Tell me about that one person that got murdered yet. Because you're not talking about the S, only one. So with that, some of y'all fucked up. Dwalu fucked up. All right. So Dwalu, let me say this, man. Unsolved murders, all right, can become a cold case file. In America here, there are things, if you pay attention to the criminal justice system here, cases that cannot be solved, they consider it to be a cold case file. People die and they cannot find the perpetrator or the person who committed the crime. It happened in Australia, it happened in the United Kingdom, it happened anywhere that people exist. Does that mean that the country cannot do better? There are people who've been dying before Mr. Weah became president in our country. So when people cases are not being solved, it doesn't mean the government is not willing to do so. The question you need to be asking yourself, do we have the logistic? You think the crime that are solved in this country here, you think it's only solved by the police? If that is true, how can we have unsolved cases in this country? You got to understand, you know, when the president talk about people, you're talking about internet age now, right? When the president talk about people getting CC camera around their homes, he was simply trying to tell us that there are times the police will not be there. We don't have the technology. But if you have a CCTV, it will help in investigating whatever takes place. When you have opposition going in the community and only discussing politics, when you have people who call themselves big, they have the bigger platform and not teaching people how to be so self-conscious about their surrounding. You go to the nightclub. How do you determine somebody got some type of evil intention? How do you protect yourself? When do you stay out in the street? When you're walking in the street, do you walk alone or you should not be walking alone? When you as a citizen in the country cannot even afford to teach your brothers and sisters, all right, to teach your brother and sister how to be safe out there, and then you won't blame everything on the government. The government will try. Like any other government in the country, they will try. If they can get it right away, it will be done. If they cannot get it, it becomes a cold case file. Unless you tell me that no cold cases in other parts of the world here. Even in America here, they got cold cases here. Because the technology back then, and you know, wasn't there that time. So let me can't start my old car, I can't go here. But yeah. No, I forgot. My car only got button here. You press the button here. Then it start to move. Joseph Walker, he said, I brought that cool case. So gentlemen, I will be seeing you guys. You take care. God bless you guys. J. Randy is out of here. All right. Let me go push my part of cartoon. You see, when people talk about people going to go push cartoon or people going to go clean or poo-poo, we all did that job. Your Abba man Samuel Freeman. And you know, Sam Freeman, how they call him say, what his other name? Sam Freeman, what's Sam Freeman other name? Yeah, Sam Livingstone, Sandy Unbreakable. Sam Livingstone and myself work in the group home. If I ever tell you that I never clean people in the country, I'll be lying to you. There were times that I clean people who could not clean themselves. And I still got that on my resume today. It's just that because the older it gets, you don't use it. But there are times that when I go look for job, they ask me, have you worked in the human health services? I say, yes, I did job them. And I described to them what I did. So all the job in the country that I can remember that people are doing today, I did it. I work in nursing home. I work in the factory. I wash dishes. And these are things that I'm proud of. It helped me to be able to get a job. So if I were ever to go to Liberia and don't make it there, when I come back, I can still tell people that I wash dishes. I work in a group home. But Eugene Fagon cannot articulate none of those things. Eugene Fagon cannot articulate those things, fellow Liberians. He cannot articulate those things. Hold on there, guys. The link is closing. The link was merging, so I tried to get in the rightful link. So Eugene Fagon cannot get in those. I mean, Eugene Fagon doesn't have the experience. He doesn't have none of the experiences that you guys got. Some of you guys got better experience than Eugene Fagon. So I see you guys. You have a blessed day. I know. I see you guys, man. God bless you guys. Bye-bye, guys.
Destruction. 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 Yo, by the people, yo. Bring back just people, yo. To the 4 year loading, yo. They just started, yo. They get the calorie, yo. They get the hunger, yo. Say yo, that's how we're finishing. Say yo, I won't go no hard money. Say yo, answer to the barca, put it like yo. Say yo, the party will be suffering. Say yo, this person on bill and I get one seat in the parliament. Yo. This person on bill and I get one seat in the parliament. Yo. Yesterday, again, about Thomas, was a TV, say yo, but the old man on the eating tried again, say yo, he said nobody authorizing, say yo, today, again, they run, say yo, distraction, say yo. Free. Reaction element, free. Back on hostile social forces, free. Whoa. Let's say opposition, The same as they made it, come and make it again, yo. The Pope and the candy against our one, yo. I want most of our country, yo. Say yo, they plan to again, they do my daddy, say yo, with teacher politics, say yo. Don't we all the way, say yo. The man already wants, say yo. Manna, nigga figure where to. So to the bank, I'm going to where to. It was see. I want it to here. At now, men are retreated to the bag and answer the bag of men at now, men are retreated to the bag and answer the bag of men at now. Yo, they don't understand our tate, yo. They don't understand our tate, yo. Yo, we are the ability to reappear. Some guys disappear in our office, yo. Say yo. That's the video on the party, say yo. That's the video on the party, say yo. Amanda. I will do. Long live the party spirit of Jesus, long live. Long live the party spirit of Matthias, come baby, so long live. Long live the party spirit of Matthias, Morris, come on, long live. Long live the developmental spirit of President Joe, we are long live. The popular in the air, but not popular on the ground, yo. Because in the air on the ground, yo. Say yo, baby, over, say yo. Baby, Scooby, over, say yo. In less than 8 months, say yo. So they're playing all on that, but you say yo. We're not ready for that, you say yo. Just a one, say yo. Manda. For we are to fail. Because our God never fails. That's why we say, Mami Wata. Mami Wata, Sialo Kuno. Mami Wata. Hey, Mami Wata.
All right. So like I said, that is my theme song because the Facebook digital, how they call it, the Facebook syntax they set that listen to certain music and then they pause your music. They don't have the syntax for this song. So ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon, good morning to you. Thank you for taking your time out to come and join me here. Tonight, we have a very exquisite, very educative, very compelling, very, very competitive analysis to break down here today. So make sure you get your pen, make sure you get your paper, because tonight's video is going to be the video that will destroy Mr. Cummings and that will destroy Mr. Boyka. This is the foundation of what I think we need to show to the people of Liberia what Mr. Weah has done. Tonight, we are here to tell you that Promisticians, they are not people who are deliverable result people. So we're going to look at Promisticians and we're going to look at people who deliver in the form of what Mr. Weah has done. Like I said, I'm not going to regret anything that I ever said about Mr. Weah. No, because you know why? I'm a person who believes in getting a job done when you make the promise. Those of you who just watched the first video of my section, When I campaigned for Mr. Weir, I said it time in a memorial. So I don't have no damn time to come here and come and justify something here. If you watch the video prior to this one here that I have on stream here, I said if Mr. Weir doesn't do the right thing, I will come back here and criticize Mr. Weir. And I did it with pride and dignity for 2.5 years. Did he listen? Of course. You're going to see for yourself. You see the development that is taking place across the country. So who am I to not come back again? That said, if he does the right thing, I will criticize him. I will praise him. If he does the wrong thing, I will criticize him. So who am I? If I start to see what I criticize and he start to make progress on it, who am I to not come back and say, do you really think I get a damn about the opposition? I don't care for a damn about the opposition because they are good for nothing people. So ladies and gentlemen, share the video, share the video. Tonight, we have 2 segments here. We are going to provide a comparison analysis here. As you can see here on the board right here, folks, this is what we said. The Weir administration is making progress. What is a progress? A progress is the ability to make gains in a journey that will take you to the very end. All right? So a progress, President Weir administration is making progress through deliverable and result. Don't you see things happening? Well, if you haven't seen it, guess what? You're going to see it today. You're going to see it today. Results that were never in place. Some of the structure you have been seeing in Liberia, they were never there. For example, the Emory Hospital in Lofa County. Did you see it there? No. When they got there, just recently, under who administration? Under Mr. Weir administration. That is why we say results that were never in place before, you can now see it. And where are those results coming from? Across the entire country. So as we take the journey here, folks, I'm not here to say I'm a seditious. No. I am a Liberian. I am a Liberian who, when I see the truth, I will say this is true. When I see the lie, I will say this is the lie. So I don't care for damn people who sit in the country here and say, oh, you seditious, They are not honest to say, you know what? This guy is a truthful Liberian. And that's why they will never see the day of that presidency until God call them home. The opposition will never see the day, yes, because they lie too much. They are refusing to admit to the fact. So today we got a presentation here and we're going to break shit down. Yes, we're going to break shit down. So as we go into the presentation, ladies and gentlemen, get your pen, get your paper, all right? But let me set the ground rules here. There are some people I can guarantee you that will go in the TV room tonight. Yes, there are some people who will go in the TV room. And just in case you don't know what the TV room is, the TV room is a place where we carry you to cool you off. And you know when you get fire blazing, who you call on? The fire brigade. What are they bringing with them? Water. To do what? To quench the fire. So here, our part of fire brigade is the TV room. When you come here, you become very undisciplined. We will put you in the TV room. The TV room is the place where you just sit down like this. You can't do nothing. You're just watching the TV. While I'm talking, you cannot do nothing. You won't tell, it will tell you, say you prevented from tapping. So if you decide that you came on the show today to go to the TV room, just raise your hand and say, J. Randy, just put me in the TV room right away. Just say it. Then I will just use my VAR. When you're watching the international soccer this time, they get a VAR. They got some people then who will just say, J. Randy, take a look. And I will take a look. As soon as I see you, bim, I put you in the TV room. You see, Facebook got a part of VAR. When I will review the play. When I review the play and you cause some type of problem, infringement against the rule, you go in the TV room. So I have said it, and please govern yourself. This is a platform where I will not object to what you say. If you tell me, say, look, J. Randy, I disagree with you, what you say, and it doesn't make that sense, that's fine. That's different. But when you come here, you start to use profanity. The profanity that you're not used to the white men that you work for, the white woman you work for. The same way you talk to the white woman you work for in the country here, the black man you work for in the country, who is your boss, the same way you will talk to them. That's how I expect you to come and talk here. If you don't like it, move on. Move on right now and go to where you are unlimited to say anything you want to say. On the platform here, we will maintain discipline here because most of you guys and some of you guys are not disciplined, and we were not allowed that here. We're not allowed that here. All right. Our country must improve in every sector. When the government is making progress, the progress of the government also has to do with our discipline as human beings. All right. So are you ready? Are you ready? Yes. Like I said, these guys, they call it Blowj TV, or I know Ablij TV. They have invited me to join them. How they call it? They have invited me to join them sometime next week, Thursday. So I will invite you guys when I get on the show. I don't know what, I don't know what they're going to be discussing, but I'm ready any given time. So with that being said, let me not waste your time, guys, because we are here at least for 1 hour and some minutes here. So let me turn the video around. All right. Somebody say that thing is going very virus. I did not see that coming. I will admit to you guys, but they say that is going virus. And you know, yeah. So even these guys on how they call it, how can you say you discussing Liberia when I'm asking for Joseph Walker physical fitness, Joseph Walker state of mind? Then you're getting very with me. You see, the opposition just feel that they must not be criticized. You're criticized Joe Weah for 5 years. And then you don't want for people to ask your leader that question, then you're taking them out of the study, you're taking them from there. I don't care about them. You take me from there, take me from there, I will expose you. So discussing Liberia, they are not a social platform for everyone. They are a platform that wouldn't believe that Une Cummings and Boca should be praised over there. I don't care for them, all right? I don't care for them. I will share among them. If they like it, they like it at their business. So with that being said, let us move on now to the reality here, folks. So we are here, all right? So what do you see here? Let me get my stick here. All right? Let me get my stick here. Fellow Liberians, all right? Fellow Liberians, this is your president right here. All right? This is your president right here. I chose this image here because it means the almighty power. The almighty power is being given to him because he is giving us deliverable. The Bible says deliver us from evil. The president is delivering Liberians from the poor infrastructure, the poor governance that we suffer for 170 years. That's why we suffer 170 years. And what are we seeing today? We are seeing result. There's nobody on the platform or that will watch the platform. This podcast that will tell you they don't see things. The result that were never in place, you are now seeing it today. Let me progress here, folks. You remember the video here? Of course, you remember the video, right? Yes, you remember the video here. Where Ellen Johnson said she was taking people out of poverty. She went and built what we call a hospital house. This thing that is so sharp that was Ellen plan, right? Ellen and Joseph Walker. Did you guys see them building that thing? Yes, right? That was Ellen plan. A leader who been in power for 12 years. People took their time and stood online. And in the end, she ended up giving the people a bunch of zinc shot. You saw it there, right? That one, we can't lie. Everything we show you, you will see it for yourself here, right? Yes. And who and she did it? Oh man, Joe Boga. The only thing our man can do is to be a one-wave hand pump. That was Mr. Kwenye part of the project when you were working with the group of 77. All right? Mr. Kwenye, that's what he was doing here. And you know, that's what they did. That is what both of them did. All right? So, Ellen left Zinshak. Mr. Kwenye, he built this here. All right? That's why Mr. Kwenye built. But what happened after the left power? When the left power, Mr. Weah came and started with his development. He started with development. Let's go down here. All right? Let's go down here. Because they failed in this process. If you listen to what this guy named, all right? You remember the guy with the clip that said Joseph Walker did nothing? That was true. That was true. Joseph Walker, in his whole governmental life, never saw what he was looking at in his own county. Yes, Mr. Kwenye. That's why he never saw in his life. So what Mr. Weah managed to do when he listened to that guy, he decided to open up a hospital in Mr. Kwenye's own country. So as you can see, Kwenye is sitting down here looking at what Mr. Weah has done. Something that never happened in his own country. Something that never happened in his own country. That is why Mr. Kwenye is sitting down here watching here today. What does that tell you about President Weah progress? Remember what I said? The president of Liberia is making progress. We are seeing things. Now you see the hospital over there. Was that hospital over there when Mr. Kwenyeye was in office? Here in Oman? No. When Kwenyeye was in office, that thing was never down there. But thank God to Mr. Weah that he brought in that hospital. But what Mr. Kwenyeye said, Mr. Kwenyeye ended up saying that, what did they do? They scrambled a lot of resources. That's what Mr. Kwenyeye said. He scrambled a lot of resources. That's what Mr. Kwenyeye said. All right? That's what he said. We squandered a lot of resources. He was there starting the car. Kwenyeye, the car couldn't start. What did you guys do here? We just squandered the resources. What did you guys do? Well, hold on, let me start the car. Kwenyeye, the car not started. Just answer the question. And all he told the media, we squandered a lot of resources. Gentlemen, y'all got to share the freaking video here. Let me tell you right now. Y'all got to share the video here. If you don't share the video here, and you are a fucked up person, you fucked up, and then you belong to the Kwenyeye man. If you don't share the video, then you are the great-grandchildren of Mr. Kwenyeye. I don't give a damn, all right? Yes. All right? So, here is the thing he said here, right? They squander a lot of resources. And who heard that? Who heard that? It was the president of Liberia who heard that Mr. Kwenyeye. What did they do with the resources? Remember this project here from Gaddafi? Mr. Kwenyeye went everything that Mr. Boka touched, it always go Kwenyeye. The caterpillar to start, Kwenyeye, it can't go, it die in the bush. The big machine here, it can't go Kwenyeye, it die in the bush. Everything Joseph Boka touched, Kwenyeye, everything cannot work. That's why the man called himself Oka. Now you see the definition. Those good machine that should have even been given to my man Armstrong. Do you think the machine over there, when you take Armstrong Jabba, the agriculture man, and say, look at the machine, you know what Armstrong can do with the machine? But Mr. Kwenyeye man told you guys that they squander a lot of resources. And that's the resources here. Resources in the form of equipment and other stuff, they squander that. Yes, that's what he did. But guess what? Mr. Weah came and started to answer them. Remember the old zinc shot you saw? Mr. Weah determined that Liberians deserve better life. So rather than adding zinc shot, what he has done here, in Grand Bassa County, Bopley Town, Grand Bassa County, what did Mr. Weah do? He built the individual structure here. Folks, do you want me to sit down? All right? Do you want me to sit down? And what you just saw and you have been seeing of this president, do you want me to sit down and don't come back after I said if the president does the right thing, I will come here and praise him? Or you just want me to be seeing Kwenyeye? No, we don't want car that cannot start. We want car that can start. So the president went ahead. After Mr. Kwenyeye and Eddie Johnson Sirleaf did not do anything better for the people of Liberia, what you see Mr. Weah doing here right now? He started with structure, changing people's lives, changing the way people live. That's what he did. Going down the home, the same housing continue. The same housing continue. And these things are happening across the country, folks. They are happening across the country. Those structures are structures that you never saw when Mr. Kwenyeye and Ellen Johnson were over there. You never saw it. But what are you seeing today? You are seeing things that were never there. And that's why I told you, let's go back up here again. All right? Let's go back to our talking point here. And that's why I said President George Weah administration is making progress through deliverable and result. Result that were never in place can now be seen across the country. So as you go down here, somebody say, well, okay, that announcement there. So as you can see through all here, everything Mr. Kwenyeye did, Mr. Weah is now trying to improve on that. What does that tell you about Mr. Kwenyeye that want to become president? He cannot even start his own car. A man that cannot start his own car, that's the man who said he want to be president. A man who told you say will squander all the resources. By the way, I don't know. I just heard from the garden on the highway, they said they now pushing the car because they started with the Kwenyeye. They did it for almost 2 hours. The car can't start, so they're pushing the car. But it's difficult because they're pushing the car up the hill. not down the hill. They're pushing the car up the hill. That's the difficulty they're having right now. But I just want you to understand that this president did a very, very good job. All right. He is making progress across the country. Let's go to another step here. Like I said, you see the housing unit here. That is the picture by itself there. Now, let us leave Mr. Kwenyen small and come to Joseph Kerekou. All right? And now, this is going to be very serious here. This is going to be very serious for Joseph Kerekou. I'm not going to repeat myself, but I think you know what I'm about to say. This guy they call Joseph Kerekou is one of the selfish person or the selfiest person that you ever imagine in your life. This guy they call Joseph Kerekou. All right? Yes, Joseph Kerekou. Anytime you go, like I said, when you call it Joseph Kerekou, make sure it's not in a day. Make sure the sun not hot, and make sure you fire away. But don't stand next to him calling Joseph Kerekou unless you taller than him. That's the only way. But this guy they call Cummins, aka Joseph Kerekou, he is one of the most selfish person you ever saw in the country. Right? Let me tell you how. This man is telling all Liberians that he will never create any opportunity for Liberians to work. Any opportunity. He said he would never create any opportunity. But you know how he proved his selfishness? What did he do to Liberia when he got there? He managed to put in place his own structure here. Take a look at the structure on the left-hand side. Take a look at the structure on the left-hand side. All the year he spent in corporate America, he never came back to his own country to uplift people. There are business people in Nigeria, Ghana, South Africa that are building affordable homes and helping people to survive. But Cummins is not thinking about that. He wants to be president. He wanted people to make him president before he started to do anything in that country. And someone like that should never be given opportunity. You see here, this is the photo that was taken one time when he was traveling to Maryland County. You know why the people of Maryland County don't know him today? You know why he couldn't go to Maryland County to build the kind of structure? Because while he was down there in corporate America, absolutely nothing he did. Nothing Mr. Cummins did when he was in corporate America. But I tell you what Mr. Weah is doing now, folks. I tell you what Mr. Weah is doing. Let Joseph Kerekou live in a house over there and enjoy himself. But you know what Mr. Weah is doing? Let's go to more development now. Let's go to our next phase of development. All right? This is Ocean County in New Jersey. Those of you that live around the Atlantic coast of the United States or anywhere in the world, this is why they call it Bulwark. When I look at the video that Mr. Weah is doing here, it's no different here. So while Mr. Weah is naming other places or Miami, I'm going to call this place here the Jersey Shore. This is the New Jersey Shore here. You see, when you picture what you have seen before, you can mirror that name to what you have. You see the beach here, right over here is the beach. The president is walking on the boardwalk here. And these buildings here are going to be used as businesses. Don't that resemble something here? When last have you ever saw anyone since the beginning of our time to improve our country as such like this? Take a look, folks. These are images that I am not making up. These are images here. Don't they think look the same? All it takes, as soon as the thing is developed, the next thing you start to see street poles. In the year to come, this will be almost like this here. And this is where you had tourists coming to the country. That good for nothing Eugene Fagon man, he should have been ahead of the project here rather than Chokonkui, because this is a tourism that will bring people here. People love sitting having activity along the beach shore. Don't you see the same image here, folks? Once the building are completed, they will definitely be like this or even better than this. Don't you see that, folks? Don't you see that? How do you call that? Is that progress? That is what we call progress. That is what we call progress. When you're making when you're having conversation with anybody, please speak about the deliverable. Give comparison. And this is what the show is all about. What Mr. Kwenye able to do? They were there for 12 years. What can Mr. Kwenye show you? A poker stick that he called a hand pump? That is no contest to complete here. If you live in Europe, you live in developed countries that believe in tourism, what that president is building over there, when you even take a 5-year-old child and say, mommy, that's bulwark over there. The whole thing look like a bulwark to where we're coming from. That is the vision of this president. And you want me to sit down and say, oh, the president not doing well? Something wrong with you guys. Something wrong with you guys. That is why I told you to start going on the Good for Nothing platform, because the Good for Nothing platform, they just talk politics in their mouth. They don't show your deliverable. They don't show your result. What you see here today are not in result. They are definitely result. So when you have to the back of your mind the understanding of what the president is doing, do you think anybody can come and argue with you? Let's go back to the definition scheme. Let's go back to the definition here. Let's go back to the definition and read the definition here. Let's go back to the definition here again, folks. Let's go back to the definition here. President Weah administration is making progress through deliverable and result. Result that were never in place can now be seen across the country. What are the results? We saw hospital, we seen houses. Now we're seeing what? Bulwark. What else do we have to see again? Let's go down the home here. Look at this street right here. Simple Bridge. When I was in Liberia, they was never there. This old man is in a community that never saw concrete structure. You think she dancing because she see your structure? No. This lady is dancing because through her entire life, she never could have ever imagined to see structure like this. You think the woman will be dancing if she has seen structure over and over here? Let me ask you guys from the opposition. Every time you see new development in your community in America here, do you go around dancing? No. Because why? These are things you see all the time. So it becomes like, oh, an add-on. But when you see a community of people, especially the older population of people, dancing, you know what that dance means? It means that throughout their entire life, they never imagined that they were ever going to see something like that. So that old man dancing is not because of the new house. She's dancing because what her parents, her great-grandparents never had the opportunity to see. That's why she's fortunate to see today, and that is why she's dancing. Now, when you look at the other picture down here, all right, these are photos that are not made here. I believe this is Manakla. We are here looking at what we call an aerial view of the children village here. All right, were they there before? Were they there before? The people that come is, you ready and say, get our country back. They can only tell you, get our country back. They cannot tell you, get the development back. So when you hear somebody tell you, get our country back, and they're not telling you about the infrastructure, that means nothing there. That means nothing there. So the president is giving things that you see. And this is why the platform is so important, folks. That's why the platform is so important. I'm not in contact with any government official. But what I will say to you is, when I promised myself that if the president does well, I will come back here and I will commend him. That is what I'm doing. I take my time, sit down in my office here and look for things. And thank God to some of you guys that send me the images, because I put them together to present them. You show the thing to any white man, and you show them the before and the after. That is what we will call making progress. The opposition, what they do? They say that all day and only talk with their mouth. They don't show you no delivery, no data, nothing. Nothing. Any opinion you express without facts is just an opinion. Facts are supported by documents. Now you got the facts. You got the document. Who you think will carry to come argue here? The first thing you ask them, show me what Mr. Panyin put in place. Show me what Mr. Panyin and editor system put in place. Absolutely nothing. Nothing they have done. Absolutely nothing. But these are things that are happening across the country. So if you listen to me, you in Maryland, you in Riverside, wherever you are, send me those photos. We will show it on the platform here. The opposition got nothing to argue about. But all it takes for you is to put those things into context and make it a case. With what the Liberian people will see, if you try to put it together or if you try to support the platform and share it around. All right? All right. Somebody say, wow, Mr. Hustler, so you told me to be a hustler, right? You see how some people are very, very not correct. You're talking in your own country interest, right? You're talking in your own country interest. When somebody is doing the right thing and you come here to talk about it, why make it a hustle? Why make it a hustle? Why make it a hustle? Fellow Liberian, you look at what the lady has written here. All right? Why make it hustle? So everybody that come to talk here, they give them money, right? You see, when people listen to the wrong people, they get a preconceived mind that everybody is the same. It's like the people who are color people. They come here and just want to say things. So what we'll do here is we'll put a sister in the TV room until she can understand us. Then when she get out of the TV room, then she will be able. So Mr. Spear, we got one lady here coming into the TV room, okay? Yeah, we got somebody coming into the TV room. I told y'all we got a rule here. Now, if you don't follow the rule, you go in the TV room. So we'll put this lady in the TV room. Let she go be in the TV room there. So, Spear, the lady coming to you in the TV room, okay? We are here to shape the mindset of people. Nobody told you say we're hustling. When you are patriotic citizen, when you are patriotic Liberian, and you see what is right, why make somebody together and say, Mr. Hustler? When the person already know who I am, they know who you are. Why make it a hustler? Instead of them saying, you know what? Thank you for being a patriotic Liberian. Thank you for what you have done. For at least exposing things, bringing things to our light. No. But there are just some people who will never appreciate what other people has done. So let's make progress there, folks. Let us not pay attention to distractor them, right? Yes. Let us not pay attention to distractor them. So, Mr. Spear, we got our first person in there, all right? We got our first person in there, all right? Look at my big Vasco here. I know, or my already condition. That's true. The my already condition. So let's make progress here. You see reality. You see things that somebody's showing you for Jesus Christ's sake, my people. You see, let's get turn the thing around here. And let me pick up my stick here. All right? You see this thing here. Who will be so patriotic? All right? Who will be so patriotic to see how new structure that the president is carrying on? Then you're talking about, oh yeah, hustler. Well, let's consider it, let understand it in their own mind. Well, I'm hustling for everything the president has done to bring it here so that people can see it. How's about that? Yes. I'm a hustler. Any development, I will hustle for it and bring the result so you can see it, right? That's why they need to be in the TV room. When they're in the TV room and we're talking like this, they will understand. So let them be in the TV room. So yes, I am a hustler. A hustler who goes around and hustle for good things the president is doing and bring it out here. That's how we live with our hustling team. All right? So let's make progress here, folks. Let us make progress here. So we see here, right? So what can we say here about these two guys in here? What can we say about these two guys? In how much President we has done this? These two guys are nothing else but what? Promisticians. Joseph Boka, a.k.a. Kwenye, Alexander Cummings, a.k.a. Mr. Joseph Kaleku, they are nothing else but a bunch of promisticians. Who is a promistician? They have been promising people. This Joseph Kaleku say he will promise the people when they made him president before he would do anything. But he already built his own unit of houses in that country where he relaxing. So you see how these guys are very, very deceitful. All right? You see how they are very, very deceitful? That's the same thing here with Mr. Kwenye. That's the same thing with him. They don't believe that people should see what they are capable of doing. They don't believe in those things. Yes. All right. So, where are we going to go next, folks? Where are we going to go next? Now we are done with the presentation. It's time for another important demonstration here. You are about to see a big difference between Mr. Cummings and Mr. Weir. And you will walk away tonight knowing that Mr. Cummings is nothing but a very selfish person. First thing we do, let us analyze Mr. Cummings' video. You know, when I always told you guys on my show, so you guys follow me, that number one, he never got no award that he can show you why he work at Coca-Cola. Pay attention to that statement. When I tell you that he only worked in Coca-Cola and he never did anything because it was structured environment, it got to him. When I told you guys that he never lived in any community, that's why he said if we don't go in the community, that will not vote for us. When I brought those things up, it hurt him. When you follow what I just told you and you've been following my show, this video is going to tell you. So let's look at Mr. Cummings. We're going to break it down. We're not going to play the whole video, but we're going to break it down for you to see how good for nothing he is. Listen to him.
Don't let anyone tell you that we Liberians are doomed to failure. We are not. I grew up right here in Liberia.
Okay. He said he grew up right in Liberia, right? When you tell somebody you grew up right in Liberia, that one picture you show them? No. You will show them the community you grew up in. You will show them your friends then, right? When you see the picture here, it's more of a family here. It's more of a family. That's the man who said he grew up here. That's the man who said he grew up in Morovia. There were 2 counts of Morovia, friends. There were 2 counts of Morovia. 2 counts of Morovia. The one where they were living good lives and never cared for the people down the hill. And the picture he want to show you here. Let me progress there, folks. Let me progress.
And received my early education in Liberian schools. I went to Demonstration Elementary School. I went to CVA.
Where the classmates then? Where are the classmates from demonstration school? Where are the classmates from demonstration school? That photo there got nothing to do with demonstration school. Absolutely nothing. That photo got nothing to do with demonstration school. Those are people who they all live in the same community together. Those are people who live in the same community together. That's who he is. That's who he is. Don't let him lie to you.
And then to Connington for 2 years before going abroad to complete an undergraduate degree.
You see that life? You see that life? The legend of this. That's the man who said he lived in poor community. He went to the school, from there he went to Cottington. How many of you guys can say you went to Cottington back in the days? How many poor children could afford to go to Cottington? This man was never in touch with the Liberian people. The pictures then. How many pictures has he shown you? Only that 1 or 2 pictures he showed. That you don't even know where they took it. Whether in America or somebody took that picture. That's all he can show you. Because the man was never in touch with Liberian people. He was never in touch with the people. Exactly. Somebody said, what the uniform is? Very good, Henry Nago. That's a very good observation. Folks, you need to focus on the picture. Those people are not in uniform. Those are other people of the peer group friends he took the picture with. Not with the regular people. Not with the regular people. Now you see why he got no picture to show you on the refugee camp. But before we get there, let me progress here, folks. Let me progress here.
After college, I came back and started my career right here at LBDI. It was only after the coup.
Where the picture with LBDI? Where is the picture with LBDI? Where is the picture with LBDI? You know, one thing to say, I went to Liberia, I do call. Where is the picture with LBDF? Where's the picture? The man he was never in touch with the common people. That's what I'm trying to bring to you here. You saw the picture where he said he grew up at. If he was able to take picture, or whoever took that picture, you don't think they had the ability to have gone into the community to take picture where they were playing? No. They felt that those community was not up to their standard. That's why he got no picture to show today that he was living in the community. Somebody said they grew up in Fiamma. You know how Fiamma living? I live in Fiamma with we say area there. Behind LORC, that whole place, that whole dumper over there. That whole place, that whole dumper. But he never cared to live among those people. That's why they took catching up with him. We keep turning his crew and he will keep humiliating and embarrassing himself. How many of you guys live in the Fiamma era? That era was even worse and underdeveloped during the 1980 era than what it is today. But he cannot show you one community where he lived through. One community. You go to that area right now, nobody know who he is. But he want to come and fool you, the young generation. No. We will educate you here because we were part of the Walking Association. We were part of the Hungry Men Association during those days. And we saw what we lived through. And we know the story. So don't let him come and fool you guys. Yes. The man is Joseph Kereku. All right? Let me progress here, folks.
In the years of political instability that my career took on an international dimension. At every single place I worked, I left those companies better than I met them.
Okay, now, don't forget, at every single place, you see how he put himself first? Instead of seeing where I worked, we managed to turn things around, but he put himself first. At every place. Now you see why when he came, instead of when he came to Liberia, he said, I can't be nothing else. What make you think that he won't make that success at Coca-Cola? Because that's how selfish he is. It's me. Rather than he saying, you know what? When I work at Coca-Cola, together we have things done. We got things done. When you include yourself and say we will know because we already know according to you now serve as VP. Or he's setting himself up about Coca-Cola, Coca-Cola. All right? Did you hear him tell you that it is a water company? Wherefore? No. And he making his whole case over Coca-Cola. Then when I tell his supporter that the man makes sugar and water all day, then they get, that only sugar and water, the people got water oil. But what the water they use to make the Coca-Cola? But that's who he is. Listen to him here again. Listen to him very good here. Very good. Very, very selfish. Listen.
I entered the Coca-Cola company as Deputy Managing Director of Nigeria in 1997. And by 2001, I was...
Yeah, there's sugar and water down there. My people, yeah, there's sugar and water down there. The other people that can say that only water. You will not see no water. Only sugar and water you will see. Yeah, down there, sugar and water. You keep your eye on the video here. You will not see no water over there. All right, let's keep going.
President for Coca-Cola Africa, the entire continent of Africa.
So what does that mean? What does that mean? Do you know how many people here? If I let it take roll. Let it take roll. Let it break it on there. Let it take roll. And he said he was president for Coca in the entire Africa. And we got Coca in Liberia. Let's listen to what he did. Let's listen. The man from Liberia, even Liberia. Listen to him. Listen to him.
When I assumed that role, the leadership workforce was 70% expatriates or non-Africans. By the time I left that role, it was the opposite, 70% Africans, creating job opportunities for thousands of Africans across the continent.
How many thousands of people in Liberia got job with Coca-Cola? If you go to Coca-Cola right now, right opposite Coca-Cola factory there, how many people got job on the commies? How many people got job? All that thing he talking, he showing you one picture. All that thing he showing you, he in no picture. All that thing he showing you, he in no picture. He's supposed to be in some other picture there and say, you see me here? You see me here? When you see George Weah today, people fighting war, don't you see George Weah? And when the rebel them moving, when they were trying to have ceasefire, they may say you are in Africa. Everything he talking about, me. He was in that role when the war was taking place in that country called Liberia, and had Liberia in the refugee camp. You will never hear anything about him saying, you know what, while I was over Coca-Cola Africa, I went to the refugee camp. Listen, if you hear it, be dumb in my butt. Listen.
Due to those results, I delivered as president of Coca-Cola Africa. I was promoted to become the chief administrative officer of the entire Coca-Cola company worldwide, with operations in more than 200 countries on all continents around the world.
It's time for our third keynote speaker, who is a heavy hitter, a major heavy hitter, one of the most important corporate executives in the world. He is the Senior Vice President and Chief Administrative Officer of the Coca-Cola Company, which I'm sure you've all heard of. He is the former head of the Africa Group at Coca-Cola Company. Many functions report directly to his office, as in strategic planning, as in people functions, as in research and development. He was born in Liberia and is our third keynote speaker, Mr. Alex Cummings. Great honor to introduce him.
Okay. Here's a point here. The only thing you hear that he's connected to is Liberia. It's Liberia. All the year he was working with Coca-Cola, did you ever see Cummings traveling to Liberia with executive to meet young Liberian entrepreneur? No. He was never interested. He was never interested. He went to places where people would just only sing praises to him. This man was around in Coca-Cola when we were catching hot in our country. But he felt that he should go to other places where things were okay. And all he talking about so far, what have you said? What have you seen? Only about himself, right? Only about himself. Let me progress.
What does it take to manage operations of a giant global corporation with more than $40 billion in revenue, with hundreds of thousands of employees around the world? You have to be focused. You cannot be everywhere at the same time. And so you have to build the right systems. You have to hire the right people. You cannot do everything at the same time.
All right. Speaking about hiring the right people, right? You hear him not talking about hiring the right people? He's right. Because when he was in Coca-Cola, he did not hire people. They brought people to him. Now that he runs your own party, you see the kind of people he bringing in the party. Now you see the difference there. So everything the guy is talking, he was in a controlled environment. In a controlled environment. That's where he was. And that's why things were getting better off for him. But when you talk about hiring people, look at the people he brought to be head of his party that he called Things Coming. Look at the kind of character of people. You see the difference? He only trying to lie to you by thinking that, yo, just believe that bull crap. But I want you to understand that his leadership is very, very poor. He got no leadership. He only survived because he was among the people. But now he's by himself. You see the poor decision he's making over there. And that's what I want for you to understand. When he worked at Coca-Cola, that was managed by mainly professional people, they worked to guide him in order to make the right decision. But today he's on his own. And then he want to talk about leadership here, selecting the right people. Look what is happening in his party right now. Don't let him lie to you, folks. Don't let him lie to you. He's nobody. All right? He's nobody.
And so you have got to understand strategy. You've got to be able to prioritize. You've got to be able to monitor performance, to hold people accountable for.
He's not reading by himself. That's something they wrote. That's why he's looking at it. You see your eyes? That's something they wrote. This guy cannot speak of his own. Anyone who is speaking from experience will be looking here and there and just talking. But when you see him looking at the camera, that's a teleprompter they put before him. That's why he's reading on. He's not reading by himself because he cannot take his eye off that thing to tell you. That's how incompetent he is. Don't let him fool you with that Coca-Cola BS over there. No, don't let him fool you. He got no experience there, folks. He got no experience there. Let me progress.
Getting the work done. But most importantly, you have to be able to deliver results and deliver results consistently.
What result? What result? What result? He worked in Africa. He only told you about thousands of people. But geographically, he cannot tell you. He did not work throughout the entire Africa. He was in Morocco. He was in Nigeria. I think he went to Kenya. He went to South Africa. He never told you that he visited Liberia to look at how things are in Liberia. There's nobody at Coca-Cola today that can attest that Cummings was head of Coca-Cola to go to his own country to say, you know what, I'm here, gentlemen. I'm on top of Coca-Cola. I'm on top of Coca-Cola now. What can I do to improve the place here? He never went over there. And that's what I want for you to understand. Because he didn't care for the people over there. He never cared. But today now he want to use his Coca-Cola influence to come and talk to the Liberian people when he never did anything for the Liberian people. Absolutely nothing. Not even telling you about any story about why he was in Nigeria. He even went to the refugee camp. He never said anything like that. Never. Listen.
I would never have gotten to where I got in my career by making promises I couldn't deliver on. To go from a deputy manager in one country to becoming the global administrator of one of the largest corporations in the world required focus, determination, integrity, and hard work.
The guy is so dishonest that he's so dishonest that he's not even thanking the people who supported him to go out there. Do you think people who work with Cummings, when they look at the video, their more will be than this? Because in order for you to survive in a corporate structure, you must have people who support you. But he said, in order for me to survive, everything is I. You see how he's so selfish? Which one of you guys here today will become successful? If there's somebody winning the Ballon d'Or or a team winning the World Cup, you think Messi will go stand somewhere and say, I won the World Cup? No, he will say, thanks to everyone. That's why Tom Brady always said when he was with the New England Patriots, whenever you hold that particular trophy, the Lombardi trophy, he will always say, thanks to all my friends. With all you guys, I won't be here today. This man is not even telling you that while at Coca-Cola, with the help of my friends and the leadership we have, we managed to do X, Y, and Z. He is not a team player. I want you to understand that. He's not a team player. He tried to sell himself. That's why you see today his selfish way always got him busted wherever he goes. He bring in the wrong people because he listen to himself. He don't listen to nobody. So let he keep bringing all his video there, or we analyze it. Which one of you guys today will stand on a platform, having worked with colleagues, friends, teammates, co-worker, and you stand at the top, that you will not tell your friend and thank you? Everywhere you go, you will always say, I became successful because of my friends, the teamwork that we established. He said he won't be leader, but he's not discussing what he achieved through a form of leadership. To say, you know what, I became Coca-Cola, all right? I went to the top of Coca-Cola, but it was a teamwork. And in order to be in public service, it must also take a teamwork. He said up there. Then after he said then he can't talk about teamwork. His friends will be very surprised at him. But that's who he is, all right? That's who he is. So let him keep bringing all the video here. He's a very selfish man. Listen to him.
All of us have our own unique talents and gifts. Some of us have talent for music. Some have talent for sports. For me, it's a talent for leading, for management, for organizing large teams, and consistently delivering results. No excuses. This is the breadth of experience I bring to our country. Being able to set a clear vision.
So he just want to lie to you guys, right? Everything he explained in the entire video here, most especially with Coca-Cola, he want you to understand that it was only him that caused the success of Coca-Cola, especially the area he worked at. That is a blatant lie. They were good administrators. How does a leader become successful? By the people around him, right? Or around her. Did you hear him saying, I became successful in this role based on the team that I have, the coordination, the chemistry I build with people? that gave them the ability to believe in my leadership, to make them to feel that we can do it together. Did you hear Cummings trying to generalize things like that? No. Everything was I. It's like he was the only person that ran Coca-Cola. Someone like that, you got to be very, very careful with him. This man is so desperate that he's stepping on those who help him in the process to be to where he is. This man cannot and will not and should not never be anything in our country, because at the end of the day, he will say he saved the country when you know what he's doing. He brings people into his party, people who got nasty, dirty record, with all probably vetting them. Then at the man who say he called himself leader. When he was in Coca-Cola, can he tell you who he hired? Nobody, because the hiring process was done through a specific department that was meant to scrutinize people. He never did those things. He never participated in anything. That's why he never even put a team together, because someone who put a team together is like a coach. How can a coach say, my team won, my team won? No, the coach will say, I had a beautiful team that supported everything we did in order for us to win. You cannot be a coach and not talk about the team. How can you say you buy a Coca-Cola and you cannot talk about the people who work along with you? This man is lying through his teeth, and we're exposing here. Yes.
To build a team and to build systems
What
that will
system?
allow us not just to get our beloved country back on track, but to finally realize the true potential that we have as a people and as a country. Liberian challenges are significant, no doubt, but they are not bigger.
The guy is just a good for nothing guy. All right, Mr. John Vaughn here. You're using a very strong word here, so you have to go to the TV room, okay? Go join your friend Victoria in that TV room. You'll go be down there. Yeah, you'll go be down there. All right? When people trying to analyze people poor behavior, especially as it relates to leadership, I'm not causing the man. I'm just trying to tell you guys that when you are a leader, you don't talk about me. No. Leadership is about giving credit to those who support you. Throughout the time you listen to the mayor, did you hear him telling you when he was in Africa? He didn't even give you timeline what year he was there, but we know when he was over Coca-Cola, he was right in Nigeria. He started with being a family person, right? But did you see coming showing you any picture when you were in Coca-Cola in Nigeria, where Liberian were? You think about that. Well, let's go to somebody else. Let's go to somebody else. You remember how the guy introduced Comey? He came. Did you hear what Comey said? No. Because what he said was not relevant to Liberia. That's why he didn't allow that to play. He got a video, but he never allowed that to play. But let me take you somewhere else, folks. Let's go somewhere else. People who go about and continue to do the right thing, they don't tell their own story. They do not tell their own story. Those of you guys that look at sports, you talk about Rolando, you talk about Cristiano, you talk about Messi, you talk about other past players. You are the one that talk for them because you saw and you are seeing what they are doing, right? Let's look at the video here.
Thank you very much. When Arthur Ashe found fame, he did not close his eyes.
Now, I want you to pay attention here. There's a gentleman who introduced Mr. Cummings, right? And this is another gentleman who is going to introduce Mr. Weir. See the character and leadership difference. I want you to pay attention to that, please.
He did not forget the many who could not share his fortune. When Arthur Ashe found fame, he used the equity of his celebrity to shine a light on ignorance and spark global understanding. Tonight, we honor another man who found fame and who chose not to forget, another man who begs the world to see and to understand. His name, like his country, may not be well known on this side of the Atlantic, but we're talking about a giant. His name is George Weah of Liberia. George Weah is one of the greatest soccer players of our time, from a nation where chaos has been the rule and where children are born killers. Spit upon, his house burned, risking death over and over again, George Weah has nonetheless gone home again and again and again. His relentless message of hope.
That would have done that. That would have done. Did you hear Denzel Washington Did you hear him? A giant, a man who saw his country burning down, people dying. He was abroad and decided to go there. The man that introduced comics. Did you hear that man linking comics success to helping Liberian back home? That's why I want you guys to understand. The both of them from Liberia, as the man said. The guy who introduced comics, he also said Liberia may not be known. But this guy is from Liberia. But he never mentioned anything about what comics has done. But here is Denzel telling you about Joshua. He is a Liberian. He's from Liberia. But in the midst of the war, he kept going back. But Mr. Cummings, the refugee, went to Nigeria, where he was. Did you see him going there? All the video that Mr. Cummings just showed you guys. Did you see Mr. Cummings associating himself with any Liberians? No. Why? Because he did not care. But let's listen to a real story now, folks. Let's listen to a real story.
Defies reason in an age of mindless terror and bottomless hatred. But this is a man born to be a striker, born to finish what he starts. George Weah refuses to close his eyes, and George Weah will never, ever let us forget how much work there is left to do.
I'm 16 years old. I born 1988, October 22nd. I was a leader. I was major. I used to lead that one man every day to the front. Yeah, I'm tired of fighting now because there is no answer to war. I want peace for everlasting. I want for peace to be in the country for everlasting.
It began in 1980 with an assassination and violent coup d'etat. The government, in place for 133 years, was overthrown. And for over 2 decades thereafter, Liberia was overcome by civil war. Millions were displaced. The landscape was ravaged by poverty and disease. Hundreds of thousands were killed, including nearly an entire generation of children who had been drugged, beaten, and brainwashed to serve in the murderous campaigns of warlords.
The children here in Liberia has suffered enormously. Many of the kids, they've never done anything except hold an AK-47 and take lives.
We think maybe even up to 15,000 children have been involved in this war. They don't know where their mothers and fathers are, don't know where their brothers and sisters are. They are so angry about the war, they are so tired, they know the opportunities they've missed, and they want a future.
There was a light in Liberia that shined before and through the darkness. A game that offered a way to forget the war, and for one man, a way to rise above it altogether. George Weah grew up here, abandoned by his parents. He was one of 14 children raised by his grandmother. The only education he ever received was in the angles and artistry of soccer. His only classroom a dusty pitch near his home.
There hold you there. It's very emotional, but you have to understand, and this is where it comes in to your decision. You listen to Denzel Washington showing you the pathway that Mr. Weah came through. His own education was through these makeshift communities. When you listen to Cummings, he told you he went to demonstration school, from there he went to Cottontown, and he came to America. George Weah's story does not represent that. And that is why you see when the war occurs, Cummings said he was executive vice president of Coca-Cola right in Africa. George Weah was still playing soccer in Europe, that he had to fly to come to Africa to understand the environment he lived through because he was getting affected. It was not Cummings' environment that was getting affected. It was not Cummings' environment. The land that Cummings came through, they were not affected. But the people that we are lived through, the community he lived through, and that's what Denzel trying to make us to understand. You see the two different pathways now. The man said, "Oh, I went to this school. I went to CWA. I went to Cottington. I went abroad." We does not have that story. We don't have that story. Most of the people don't have that story. I mean, Cummings does not have that story. We don't have that story of Cummings. Cummings' story is not the same as we are story. And Denzel Washington is showing the video. When you look at we are video and you look at the thing that Cummings said about himself, somebody introducing Cummings, not a single video clip that Cummings ever show you that as Liberian, everybody know went through war. But what did he do as Cocoa executive? He only presented himself. He never think to say, you know what, they put an intro, let me go there and get something from it. He never think because he did not care. Let's continue with our video here, folks.
And he quickly progressed from student to master of the game. His people would come to call him King George, a title befitting the greatest player Africa ever produced.
Delivered into the net by Webb.
He rose to stardom at home and then internationally. In 1995, he became the only man ever to win the African, European, and World Player of the Year awards in the same year. Famous, rich, and revered, he was distanced from his embattled homeland by miles and stature. When he called from afar for UN intervention, the consequence was immediate and personal.
Oh yes, his house was looted, his cousin raped, and other family of his were affected. And as a result, they fled, went into exile.
So when you listen to Cummings' video, folks, when you listen to Cummings' video, the man said during the crisis of the war, he ran away and came to America. But during the crisis of the war, we went to Liberia. So almost we are working with the UN. Coca-Cola is a big organization. When you watch the World Cup, you see Coca-Cola somewhere around. The men were in Africa. Liberia were going through hell. You think that he will go to the Coca-Cola executive and say, my country called Liberia is in trouble. Can we do something through the UN? He never cared. I want you to understand this. As sat down with that man, I know who that man is. He doesn't have feelings. They both of them, God brought both of them in the same situation. He came closer. He was even in a country where Liberians were as refugees. And now one video clip that man can show you. But listen to Denzel telling you, the man have money, rich. He could have been a communist and never hang around Liberians. But he didn't do that. And you had the other man, his heart got burned, this got burned. But still he came back. In the midst of the war. Thing that's going to piss you off. But he came back. But the man who ran away from the country, sat down somewhere, when everything's society, then he come, then he want to come and look at church and say, oh, people doing this, people doing this. No. I will not accept that. Because with all Mr. Weir, you were not going to be here because that war was not going to stop. But with Cummings, you are never going to care. Mr. Weir's record of helping to stop that war, it was based on what he did. That is same pathway the United Nations took and grabbed DJ Jopa and carried him to the Ivory Coast from Europe and say, talk to your people then. Because they saw what Mr. Weir did to ease the war. It was not sugar and water. It was never sugar and water. Because the poorer people in Africa believe that bringing people together on the soccer field will bring about peace. It worked in Liberia and it worked in the Ivory Coast. But he never cared that who he is. And you got to let the Liberian people know.
Liberia has been such chaos and confusion, and it has affected George. The scars are pretty deep.
In these years, because it was very difficult for me, coming from practice every day, watching television, Liberia on the news, people running away, people dying. So what I said to myself was, look, what can I do to better the situation in my country?
Let's stop it right there. When you listen to comments and what you just heard from Mr. Weir, they both were out of the country. He was, according to him, president for Africa. What Mr. Weir just said, seeing his fellow Liberians dying, coming from the soccer game, a game of the highest concentration. Because one mistake, they taking that boy to go to school. And he coming home. Do you imagine what that man went through? But you got another man on the other side who will get out in the morning able to see that nothing happened. Because his brothers, his sister, they were not in the country. And whoever he lived among, they were not even in the country. That's why the photo he showed you, he cannot even call the people name. Because nobody know them. I want you to understand that. The man is playing football and telling you, my heart, when you listen to comments, you just listen to comments right now. Did you hear comments giving you any passionate concern during the war while he was in Nigeria? No. He only brought images to tell you who he is. Y'all know who the man is already, folks. I'm just trying to tell you guys who the man is and who Mr. Weir is. Now, when you see the development that Mr. Weir is carrying out, it's the opportunity that many people missed, they did not see. When you hear the man say, oh, Liberia, they put it on Miami. We could have been like that because we've been in the system for a long time. I just show you the bulwark in Ocean County, New Jersey, and the bulwark that he built in PHP. They look the same. But do you see Comey talking about that? The thing that hurting me is, Comey did not tell you anything about the war to even say, you know what, let me use the time to be on record in the future that I spoke at an event and I was concerned about Liberians dying. Comey never said anything. You will not find one video of Comey. That was all the time you were in America here when people were protesting going down to Washington, D.C. You never saw him. But he's the one that want to come in the country here and go and say, yeah, go protest, yeah, go do this. When the people really needed protest in Liberia to start the war, where the hell was he? He was right in Nigeria over there and did nothing. He knew Joe Weir was playing football. He knew that. He knew Joe Weir was a celebrity. Instead of him reaching out to Weir and saying, Mr. Weir, I'm Coca-Cola executive. What can we do together to go and help? If Comey had done that today, coming with Weir, you think Comey was going to be stranger in Liberia? But because that who Comey is, a very selfish man, celebrities then can get together. Comey don't have to be a football player. When Didier Drogba was going to that country called Africa, to his own country, he met business tycoons who were Ivorians. They supported him. They sat down together and they talked about how to go in there. And Ivorian got to see those who helped them. Did you ever see Comey associating himself with George Weir? There's no history. Only based on the politics that he come in now. You think a Comey have, because Comey was already known. Comey, they are Coca-Cola. Every time they play in European League, don't you see the Coca-Cola sign there? Yes, African Commendation, Coca-Cola sign was there, right? How you think you got over there? Because they were selling their product. And Comey knew that George Weir was playing. He won titles. But Comey did not care. Because he felt that he should have been the only person up there. So he didn't build that relationship with George Weir. You follow me? Because he did not care. Let's listen to George Weir's story here, folks.
I felt that Liberia is my country. That's my country. I must come back.
In 1997, at the height of the war,
The man over there. The evidence don't have, the deliverable don't have. We will never ever see comments in any video when people were bringing peace to Liberia to say Alexander Cummings, Coca-Cola executive, show concern about his country. He took a vacation and went to Liberia and sat down with young people to see what can be done to help rehabilitate the minds of the young people. Comey never did that. Who is on record today? We're not making a video up. Cummings cannot go into the video no more because it's not his story. So he got no story to connect himself with the peace in Liberia, with the people on the ground, because he chose not to do so. But he want to make a story to come talk about Coca-Cola here. What Coca-Cola got to do with our country survival? You are a Liberian. You are head of Coca-Cola. You didn't go to the country to even show your concern as Coca-Cola executive. That's why his children don't even go to Liberia. Which one you now see Cummings children? That's why they don't go to Liberia. Because the man is selfish. Now today, now here, he won't be passing around. They never knew Liberians. They never cared for Liberians. This is no joke. But look at Joshua today. The documentary is speaking for itself. People in Hollywood today, when they need Joe, we are called. Tom Cruise, all of them will remember Joshua. He coming ready, wanted to help Liberia as Coca-Cola executive. Joe, we are on top of his game. He should have connected himself with Joshua and said, Georgie, I am from Coca-Cola. What can we do to build Liberia back? I'm looking up to you. What support can I give you to Coca-Cola? Cummings never had a conversation with Joshua. He never had a conversation with Joshua. Why? Because he did not care for the Liberian people. If Cummings had a passion for Liberia, that somebody mentioned about social corporate responsibility, even Coca-Cola would have appreciated Cummings to say thank you. When the people look at him and they say, wow, this guy from Liberia and everything happened in the country, he never even came to us to tell us what can we do to help. He never cared. You saw the man video, right? Do you see any connection to our people? Do you see any connection to the war? No. He wouldn't spoke about himself. Me. But when you look at Joshua, his stories are being told by people that are not even connected to Liberia. They have that passion. When you listen to how Denzel Washington is explaining the story, it's been a long time, but it touches you, right? You feel that passion. Your body starts to unsettle itself. I want you to feel that. And that's why we take into the election the coming time. That's why we should take to the election the coming time. He got no connection whatsoever with the people.
George Weah did come back, welcomed as a conquering hero. He supported the national soccer team with over $2 million of his own money. As a player and coach, he led the Lone Star to within one win of
$2 million of his own money, folks. $2 million of his own money. $2 million of his own money. Who got that kind of story? I know we don't have 2 million, but those that claim to be millionaire in our country, that say, oh, for me, I'm blessed. What history do they have in helping our people? They did not throw any help for the people, but they want the people to elect them. The man went to Liberia. The first thing he do, he put his own heart up so he can sleep good. So when people come from go visit him. But nothing he did for the Liberian people. Absolutely nothing. But now they won't go to the Liberian people and say, well, the man love you, the man a hero. Hero where? The man had the opportunity during the war, but he never did anything. When people from America, other countries, Europe, or Asia were going on refugee camp and helping Liberians, you come so you can live better life. That man was right in Nigeria there. Never went to even the refugee camp in Nigeria to introduce himself, to catch on his sugar and water there and say, you drink small thing. One of the men they call Dew Mason is the only man that many Liberians respect, especially the refugees that were in Ghana, in Nigeria. Dew Mason. The only man that Liberian refugee remember in that place, but coming from right down there. He never cares because of who he is. Listen to Joshua Moore, folks.
World Cup berth in 2001, reviving the pride and hope that had been lost in Liberia for over a decade.
Starting together, we have to finish it.
The team served as a unifying force within that time. Rebel groups, warring factions. Whenever Lone Star was playing, they stopped fighting and then just glued to the TV and glued the radio.
But the war continued. Still, Weah did not retreat to the safety and celebrity of his athletic life. The world's greatest striker stayed home and made peace his his priority.
George Weah kept sport prevailing, no matter what was happening in Liberia. And he knows that he has a chance, with his international stardom, to actually keep the focus here for us a bit longer.
In December of 2003, a truce was declared, and Weah's efforts in Liberia have extended to saving lives.
You guys can have a building for the children to go to school.
Folks, evidence cannot have, folks. Evidence cannot have. Words are inadequate to express. This video might be old, but when you really put your pathetic or your imagination, your emotion into the video, it will even be a booster to have people elect. When you get somebody like Dr. Francine and say they're going on campus to go talk about civics education, but when you know that they're going to campaign, now you see Mr. Weah or they're telling them the building will provide education. Where were they? They felt that the people had no connection with them. They felt that these children, look at the children here. Dr. Francine, they felt that the children were not connected to them. Coming did not feed that the children, but these are the children today. They're going to today. Because this is 2003 here. The children have grown up now. But now the children are going to today and telling them, oh, you can't vote for us. When they were not even there for the children. That's why they don't like me, folks. And I don't care for them about them. Because they fucked up. They don't care. When you listen to Coming Story, do you see any passion in Coming Story? Oh, I went to demonstration school. From there, I went to CWA. Then from there, I traveled. I went abroad. That was the elite life. It got no even single bone, flesh on that bone to give you some feelings. No. He came. God, you see, he spoke about God got everybody ways, right? If you listen to Coming, he said, God got everybody way to go certain area. But what he failed to understand, when you get that gift, how do you give back? That's why he didn't tell you. He said, God got everybody focused. You can be in this, you can be in that. But why he never told you? Because he never did it. Is to say, you know what? I, as Coca-Cola executive, I went back to Liberia and started helping. The man got no story to tell about the war that we went through in our country. He cannot relate because he was never in touch with the people. The very people he ran away from are the people he going back to and their children to vote for him. We can't allow that to happen. Just how it happened in 2017, that how it should happen in 2023. Let him go to where he feel comfortable. Let him go to his co-group people, then let them have their own election over there. And that way he will never be president in our country. When the young people needed help, he turned his back around. Foreigners were passing by him going to Liberia, and he was just coming. And keep going, turn his back. A man who turned his back on the country that he said he born. People, he called himself Liberia. A man who turned his back that don't have no story today. Why should he be president tomorrow? He cannot be. He cannot be. He turned his back. He got no story. And that's why I decided to bring the two video. And by now, I think you are saturated now to say, yes, I see the difference now, J. Randy. I see the difference. Let me progress. These are the young people in the country today, folks.
He now continues his struggle to restore the country, one child at a time.
Be with them, live with them, eat with them, play with them. I will know exactly what is going on.
Did you hear Coming telling you? Did you hear Coming telling you, be with them, live with them, eat with them? Did you ever hear that story coming from Commies? He doesn't have that story. He doesn't have that story. That's why sometimes when he get out, he will tell you, say, we will not go to the other community that will not vote for us. Because he was never in touch, folks. It's simple to tell. The reason some of you guys, sometimes you don't pay attention, God give, everybody give. My role is to bring this thing to you and break it down for you. He was never in touch. You think George Weah will pick up any bag and say, I will not go to that place, I will not vote for me? No, because he saw what had been going on. You think the United Nations that were in Liberia will tell you, say, we'll not go to the other community because rebel there? No. Everyone that went to Liberia, every organization that went to Liberia, they never said, we'll not go to the place because they know once there is life, they got to go there. Because not everybody think the same way. Not everybody behave the same way. But when it comes to Cummings, no, he fast to make that decision. Just how he ran. He told you he ran from that country. So they were the paperless people. When the war was coming, while you and myself did not have the opportunity, we were just there, oh God, please save us. But they were running, going on the plane and came to America. And after everybody died, he became chief executive at Coca-Cola. And God said him, look, God did not argue them Noah to him. You know, when it's called, the Bible says, God told Noah to go to the plane. Noah said, no, the way king sorry, no. God just allowed him to have his own way and make his own decision. And Cummings did not make that decision right. He had the opportunity to make the right decision. God even brought the thing right before him in Nigeria. Liberian were there. But yet, still, he said no. Mr. Weah was playing active football. Cummings was there. Instead of him walking on Mr. Weah, he never did. When it was time for Cummings to make his decision for the Liberian people, he said no. But now that the Liberian people should come and make a decision for him, and we will let them know. And you should help in your effort. He was never there for y'all. He will never be there for y'all. Let me progress here, folks. It's all on video. I'm not making things up. I'm only analyzing things here.
This is reality. I can run for reality. Every Liberian loves sports. So I know sports can play a vital role in the country, in our peace process, and sports can help to discipline the kids, to unify them. Don't you go?
Through soccer, there's reconciliation, and you can work out aggression, you can work out competition, but you do it within a legitimized structure. That it's talent that ultimately makes the decision here.
That's Jack Clown over there. That's Jack Clown. Why people from other continents reach out to George Weah, something that Mr. Cummings failed to do. You heard it, man. Mr. Weah understand the culture of our country. Sport unify us. Sport unify us. We can be making plan here by the time they say sport, we're going to sit down together. Because the people that making plan on both sides, on other issue, when sport come together, the men are on the other side making plan on other men, they both can be for the same thing. Oh, man, put that thing and go watch our game. And that was the power that he brought. When you see that man raising your face like this, there are so many things behind it. He's still fighting the struggle to bring Liberians together. This man government is the only government in my life as a Liberian that is giving confidence for people to begin to trust the government. Is it 100% perfect? No. It's not 100% perfect. But is he making progress? Yes, he's making progress. Because he started a journey. He helped to bring the war to an end. And now that the war has come to an end, the children are growing up. They are having children now. And all he continued to do is to do what he started. So whatever you see George Weah doing, remember, this video you're watching, he came from Europe and committed himself. Left a family behind. Brought them for the Liberian people to see and say, this is where I'm going to be now. You'll either be with me or you can't visit me. But this is my home. So remember, these children you see today in that video are the same children that he carrying here like this. People may get it and say, oh, the man, government got inexperienced people. But that the children that he brought up, he cannot leave them behind. Where will they go? Cummings turn his back on them. Mr. Kwenye turn his back on them. So remember, he brought the children up. This is the power of the video. He left from his place in Europe and came and said, I will give you peace. Look at the children around him, folks. Look at the children around him.
And that's why George Weah is a symbol that you can do it, that there is hope.
Peace to Liberia. Free education. The Sam. I want to say thanks to you all. God bless you. And I will always come back.
And I will always come back. And I will always come back. You never heard that thing from Cummings. You never heard it from I call it Kwenye man. You never heard it from Ellen. The man belongs to the children. I will always come back. Now he's stuck now and doing everything. Do not listen to these people who ran away from the children. They are opportunists. Now I always tell I say they are good for nothing people. Those who follow the people then today, that's why I always call them they fucked up, but they need the education. A man left his paradise and told the look at the smile on the children's faces. Look at the smile. Look at the smile on the children's faces. It's a sign of hope. Because nobody cares. Everybody abandoned them. That's why the children love that man to death. Because he was there for them.
He came back because it was home. He stays because helping Liberia is now his life.
You hear that?
Evil men had forced the children to act as weapons of...
You hear that? Helping Liberia is Mr. Weir's life now. That's the life that he has chosen now. It's always good to listen to this video. There are messages in every statement that you maybe missed so many years and you can catch it now. When you see Mr. Weir doing what he's doing in that country, because helping his country now is his life now. That's why you see a world-class Weir with him now today. That's his life. There's nowhere he got to go now. He chose that position. The position did not choose him. He had a right to say no when you were in Europe. When you were calling, you could have said, you know, I'm just a single guy. Charles Taylor missed that opportunity. When Weir went to that country for the first time, a Charles Taylor would have engaged Weir, the story would be different today for Charles Taylor. But Weir went there for the first time to say, what can I do? But Taylor became like a snake. He was not friendly. And now how can they send him back again? And again, and again. And he understood. So Weir's way of life now is to make Liberia better and help Liberians. Don't forget that. While coming and were running away, we are going inside.
An honorable man has invited them to serve as instruments of peace.
If you make a stand in this world, what you find is soon you aren't one man, you have a crowd around you. And I think that George has managed to rally people to the cause of peace, stability, and to the future of Liberia.
You think the women are talking about saw George, we are bringing peace. When God and Joseph Kelekude, who ran away, come to Washington, D.C. and tell people to go protest. People can just look at here, see, look at the other one here. When that man was building the fortress, the foundation of peace, you were never around. That the man will go and destroy what he had built. That is complete insanity and stupidity from these people. Then. That's why God will curse them. They will be cursed. To talk about a man trying to bring about instability in the country. A man who left, who had decided to make that country a new life journey. And a man will go bring about instability. Something wrong with these people here.
He represents the glory. He represents the aspiration. He inspires.
It's an overwhelming responsibility that he has, but he bears it very well. He came back at the time of disarmament, kept his promise. He's making other promises, and I know he will come back and keep those promises again.
The international community is here to help us. But what can we do for ourselves?
Yes.
What we will do to protect our nation?
Yes. They don't understand it. They're good for nothing one that passing around here. They're not asking that question. What can we do to help ourselves? But they're sitting down on their platform and they're not causing, they're speeding up misinformation, lying to the people. Remember, Mr. Weir, new life started from 2003 when he went to that country. You hear the way people say he's coming back. He was still playing his artist soccer. And they said he will still come back. It is where people can believe in that man that he will come back. What about the children that he rescued? They're good for nothing. That's why God will curse them. God will curse them. And the only way out, if you want me to go to church to pray that God curse them, then I'll go to the Liberian church. Yes. If you want me to go to the Liberian church to pray that God curse them, that when will you see me in Liberian church? Because they're very, very evil people. They don't know what we went through in our war over there. But the video is telling you today here.
We do to educate our kids? What can we do to bring about peace within ourselves? That's the question. It's my soul. It's in my blood. It's part of me. I can never give up on Liberia.
And why he keep fighting?
I can believe George because he's a man. A man do by a word. Yeah.
Free education. Free education. Islam. Peace to Liberia. Peace to Liberia.
Before we get to that, you heard the man, right? What can we do to maintain peace? What can we do to build a nation? Free education. Now you see what Mr. Weah said, let's pay for the wise fee. You think I just politics? No. Before he even decided to run for political office, he knew that free education will help the country. Instead of people going around to help him, the man did it, the man not doing it. God will curse all of you. Let me tell you right now. You're fucked up. You're fucked up. Thank God for the kind of image here today, folks. Thank God for the kind of image. Let's listen to We got one more video will be done for the night. Good for nothing people.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to present this year's Arthur Ashe Award to George Weah.
You see the white people are clapping for that man? You see the white people are clapping for that man because they were moved by that story. They were moved to see a man living the wealth that he had acquired, spending his own money to maintain peace, to give hope to other people. That is why the people stood up and started clapping for him. Where were Alexander Cummings? Where was he? Let him go back to where he coming from. Let him go to a sugar and water company down there. Watch these people. Look at the celebrity that you know today. You will see them over there.
I'm honored and grateful for this award. I won many awards in my time, but this is the greatest achievement of my life because it stands for true humanity. Standing beside me is Hilton, Hugo, and Princess Soiree. These beautiful people never met eyes to eye. They always fought against each other. He fought at age of 11, she fought at age of 12. It's so devastating. The kids are here today to say to you people, they are innocent and they're very sorry for the horrifying images they saw during our Liberia civil crisis. All they want today is to be educated, to be reintegrated into society so they can be people tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, let us find in our God-loving hearts to help the kids of the world, to help the kids of Liberia. Finally, I want to say to all the award recipients, congratulations. God bless you all. I love Liberia and Liberia forever. Thank you.
I will say this to you guys, folks. No matter what George we are continuing to do in our country, he deserves all the respect. We may disagree because we want it better. That's why he keep asking, what can we do to make the country better? So when I sit down and criticize him, my criticism was based on that video, and that's why I kept it for all this time. But he had realized that things need to be done. And that's why what he's doing today, I'm coming back to identify those things and show it to you guys. He's a man of peace. That's why it symbolizes. He's a man of peace. Let's listen to this last one. All right? And I'm going to play for long, but let's listen to the last one here.
You gave me a 6-year mandate. Now, give me my 6 years and see what I achieve.
I said right there. You gave him 6 years. Give me a chance and see what I can do in the 6 years. Don't we see what he has done so far? Yes. We are seeing what he has done. And this is where we need to present the case. So when you see the young children on the street dancing today for President Weah, it's because they believe in him. Yes. Because they believe in him, folks. So never forget. Let me just show you guys the last one here. So as we conclude today, I just want you to understand that the Weah administration is making progress. A promise he made, a question he asked, that's why he's giving the deliverable. And that's why he's giving results. Things that were never in place. But when you walk away from the video tonight, I want you to remember what Denzel said. He knew journey begin with the country now. That is new way of life. And that's why he understands what it means to be a leader in our country. Because he went there. There will be no other story from Hollywood to Europe of any Liberians during the time we needed peace. You will not find Mr. Kwenye here. You will not find Cummings. You will not find Yuri. You will not even find Ellen. Only Joshua you will find. He loved that country. And you got to give him the chance to do what he planned to do. He started that project. You saw what he did for the case. Don't listen to these good-for-nothing people. So until then, folks, thank you guys so much for the opportunity. Time has caught up with me. That's all the presentation I have for you guys here today. And I would like to say a big thank you for tuning in. Please share the video. I appreciate you guys. 2.5 years I criticized this man. From now to election, everything that he had been doing, that I bring in deliverable end result. My goal now is to take the remaining months. As long as God give me that strength, I will be here or even in my car to bring those messages. To those who ran away from the country, you will always be exposed. You can bring any video up. I will use my analytical skill to expose you. The best thing you can do, zip it up and keep quiet. But if you go by again and bring another video, Jay Randy here will expose you. We will expose every one of them. All right? Because they ran away from that country. They had a choice, but they ran away. So then, guys, thank you so much for the opportunity. This is Jay Randy. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will be seeing you guys later on. It's time for me to have my phone here now. All right, phone time now. Hey, Google, play me some African music.
All right, check out this Music of Africa station on YouTube Music.
See you guys, bye. See you guys, people. She won't play this song. I don't know why wrong. Hey, Google, play African music.
Sure, check out this Music of Africa station on YouTube Music.
All right. It's time for me to go refresh now. See you guys. Yo, good night, man. Good night. I can't take no call tonight, but I appreciate everyone who were here today. Yes. So good night, guys. Good night to everybody, all right? So the show is over now, guys. Let me play my little African music, huh?
Bye bye baby. Text baby to 42229 and get $20 off when you spend $100.
Bye, guys.